What's going on, traders? Who's ready to go and make some moolah, baby? That's what we're here for. Ready to go ahead and get after this market. Been doing pretty good and ready to keep going after it. Man, if only I could swing AI because, man, that thing got crushed. We'll talk about that. We'll also keep an eye out on other AI stocks. Intel, can that push stocks higher? Will we see retail continue lower? Find out right here on Live Trading.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
All right, let's get to the action. And yes, White Rabbit all around, baby. Let's get to it. And the boys are back together. We got Ryan in the house. We got Zunaid in the house. How we doing out there, team?
What's up, man? Doing well. Happy to be back. Happy June 1st. Hopefully we can start off the month on a positive note.
Yeah, ready to get after it, team. Ready to go ahead and battle, right? I mean, that's what it's always about, right? I think that sometimes we have a tendency of thinking what we did yesterday when we come into the trading day, but that's the important thing. It's not trying to let that emotion run too high and not let that emotion run too low, right? I did a good trade yesterday on AI. So today, what do I need to do? Maybe take it a little bit slow, right? I'm going to already have that tendency of probably over trading because things are going well right now. But what do I need to do? Need to just focus, play my game, not necessarily my emotions, right? We'll see what happens there. Let's get to the market. We'll keep an eye out to see what stocks can get a big move today. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on what happens on like Intel and things like that today. And in my Moomoo account, of course, yesterday took a small hit, but what? Measured. That's the big and most important thing for me in this account. I do not want to fall off the tape on what do I consider the profit to loss ratio, right? I've talked about it. Average losses in this account are between $4 to $6. Average wins are closer towards that 15 on the profit side. So I got to keep that going and just keep rinse and repeating that. Of course, I could push this to the next level, maybe go for 30 and then push it to 12 on the risk. But I'm going to do that as I work the capital higher and not try to overextend myself. All right, let's get to the action. I wanted to show you guys it, but looks like I even got an update here on Moomoo. So I'm going to run that really quickly, the update. So I'm going to kick it to Ryan to take a look at the S&P 500. Let's do it.
All right.
Well, or the SPY.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, we're always looking at the SPY chart here. I also did that update, by the way. This is not working again.
Having some issues
can
there
go if you want, pal.
It's not. I'm on a different screen. It's not sharing the right screen. So I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave and come back.
All right, sounds good. I'll go ahead and take over. Let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY. 420 was a level that everyone and their grandma was keeping an eye on, just to kind of have it break. And when it finally did, it wasn't as clean as one would have liked, if you will. But yesterday, didn't even get a chance to go ahead and test it. What happens here, though, is if you want to go ahead and mark off an area to go short off of, I would go ahead and take a look at 416. And here's why. You can see you have resistance, broke through strong, and then now it went ahead and came back, and that resistance on the left side went ahead and turned into support on the right side here. So that's the area to kind of keep in mind is a 416. If you're looking to go long, the closer you are to 416, the better, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and take a look at NVIDIA, because this was a beautiful trade to go short off of on 400. Let's go ahead and show y'all that. So here's NVIDIA, right? Came up to test 400 first, failed, gave you about a couple of dollars of a move, and couldn't even close above the previous close on the 5-minute. And then it came right back down and continued to flush as well. So now what do we look for? Let's go to the 15. Let's go ahead and do this. All right. Now on NVIDIA, I want to see if we can get back over the 390 area. 390 right around here. If we can go ahead and get back above 390, maybe we can go ahead and play tag it to 400. But if not, keep an eye on the pre-market lows to break, which is about 378 or so. But for now, those are the only levels that I have. on Nvidia. I believe there was something else that I liked as well. Tesla was at 200 yesterday. I think it was around $200 here. I think it was a 5-minute where it had a retest. There it is. Yeah, so you had 200 kind of break, had a retest, couldn't quite get over it, so it went ahead and flushed, and now we are over it right now. So let's go back to the 15 and see what life looks like, and we've got a clear resistance area right around 204s. So you've got resistance, 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 resistance. So you absolutely want to see if you can get the breakout, and then on the retest you can go ahead and try to grab it long if you'd like. And let's take a look at AI. Obviously, we went ahead and reported earnings. Let me go ahead and I think I traded this one yesterday. Let me see if I actually did or not. Yeah, just a quick little trade while we were driving out. Let me go ahead and move that. On AI, let's see what the move is going to be on this one. If you're looking to go short, right, I think you've got to wait for a break of about 28 if you're interested in this one to go short. But besides that, I'm not sure we can get anything. But if you do want to try to take this one long, I think the closer you can get it to 30, the better. It's currently a couple of bucks away from there. So I think if you can get it closer to 30, great. If not, just go ahead and see if we can break 35. As you can see, you found support after earnings and then ended up being a little bit of resistance after hours as well. It's not the cleanest play, but we'll see how this one goes and play out. Ryan, did you want to try your charts again?
Yeah, it looks like it's working now. So here's the SPY chart. Let me see if I switch. Yeah, it looks like it's working. I needed to share a little bit differently today. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, along with the SPY here, this is what I take a look at every day. Although we did try to bounce yesterday, we were really unable to clear out any of the spots that we needed to. We are technically above this purple sideways area, but we're still below the 500-day. We're still below yesterday's or the day before's high. So to me, we'll see where we end up going. I know that there's talk about more Fed raises right now, which should be bad for tech. We'll see if tech responds. As far as the small account goes, let me go ahead and get that too. There's really no change here from yesterday. Go ahead and add this to the stream. No change here from yesterday. I didn't carry anything. Remember, I took gains on SOXS. It ended up going back to 12 and higher. So I should have held, to be quite honest with you. But we did put a green day, right? We got some green on the screen. This would be, of course, last month. If we go to May, boom. So we did get some green on the screen a little bit there. We'll see where we can go here today. I've got all 3 day trades in this account, so should be able to find something here, hopefully. We shall see. So I'm going to be looking to take kind of a smaller risk and hope for a little bit of gains via a day trade today in the small account. We'll see if that materializes. And then, of course, we're going to be looking for other potential trades. Let's take a look at the list here. Let's go back to the chart. First one here is going to be UCAR. This actually, I believe, this was an IPO that had a crazy IPO day. It's really kind of bled down, really beaten down. Today, however, we're pounding highs. This has actually taken several legs higher since I first looked at it. We have a news catalyst here that's driving this. UPower shares are trading higher after the company announced it entered into a framework strategic cooperation agreement with Quantum Solutions Company in Japan. I don't know anything about that company, so I can't tell you if that's good or bad, but the market is sure telling you that this looks good here as UCAR continues to trade up. So I'm just going to mark off some of these areas that are now key areas for us to watch during the regular session. We'll see if these end up coming into play. So there you go. There are going to be your key levels here for UCAR today. This one pretty wild. I want to see how the spread is before we trade it. I know SDA from yesterday. Let's actually talk about that. This was probably the big mover yesterday. Just a huge early move, a huge sell-off, and then an even bigger move into the close. And remember, one of the things that we've talked about is that some of these bigger moves don't actually come until 10:30. So another thing I'm going to try today is just going to try to be as patient as possible and wait for the best possible setup, especially in the small account. In the main account, if I get fooled by a breakout, I can sell it, take a very small loss, wait for it to set up again and rebuy it. Not a problem. In the small account, I can't necessarily do that. So I have to be a little bit more tactical and time my entries for better entries in order to make some profit. Now, SDA here, this is definitely going to be on watch just for a potential day 2 run here. We were as high as $60 in the pre-market here. Just unbelievable considering where we were yesterday. Yesterday, the first intraday high here was about 34.55, and then that second one, I'm going to mark this candle off because that last candle happened right as the after-hours session started. So we'll see if SDA gets rolling here today. I will say this was way too spread yesterday for me to trade. It's just I stay away from some of that risky stuff. The spread is 20 cents or more. Generally speaking, I'm not interested, especially for a day trade. That's just kind of crazy. Let's keep running through the list here. Reun, REUN. There is some news about a take private offer here, so we'll see how much action this one gets. To me, this is kind of a one that's not really on the list. And we'll see if something happens there, but I wouldn't be expecting it. WLDS. So congrats to all of the WLDS holders. Becca, I think you were one of these. I know a lot of people were trading this yesterday. We had a PR about the Apple Watch not long ago, and then today we got another PR that they commence commercial manufacturing of the Apple Watch. So it looks like the pre-order here was Tuesday, and then today they're commencing the production of that. That's driving the stock higher. We'll see where the stock ends up finishing. I'll say this. If you're in this stock, don't be afraid to take gains. Yes, this can absolutely go on a crazy run, but you're being rewarded here with a nice little pop. You can see we've actually already bled back just about 30 cents from the pre-market highs here. So we'll see where WLDS ends up going. This one's been wild before. It's given us some trades before. We expect the same thing here today. MNPR, this is another one that's kind of on the list here. You can see on Wednesday, we spiked as high as 175, came all the way back in. Now we're up in the pre-market here today on some news. They announced encouraging, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, phase 1B trial update. So we got an update here. It's encouraging, 30% higher, 31% higher here in the pre-market. We'll see if this ends up taking off. Biotechs have definitely been moving, especially on some type of result or some type of data. And it looks as if that's what we got here. So MNPR, the other thing I want to mark off is the high from Wednesday. If this thing really gets going, that's absolutely going to be a key level. And we'll see if we can get above that on MNPR. Hoth. All right. Who remembers Hoth? We have traded. I feel like I've been trading this stock for a number of years. I don't believe that this is like a good company or any regards. This is just a trading vehicle. We got a pretty decent range here between 185 and 220. Actually, let me turn. It looks like my VWAP indicator was removed. Let's go ahead and add that back here. We'll get an idea of where we are from the VWAP. We are under the VWAP. VWAP is just about 2. So we'll see if we can close the distance here. Hoth, I've traded this before. I don't trust it, but I've traded it. So keep your technicals in mind when looking at this. AGBA, this popped really high. This popped as high as 264. We're back down here at 191, extended from the VWAP. I didn't see anything here today. I know yesterday we had a PR, but I didn't see any news here today, so this might just be a continuation play here today. Carvana on the list. Zunaid, while I was going back and forth trying to fix my stuff, did you cover Carvana?
I didn't, and I've got it, but I'd love your perspective.
Okay, so looking at Carvana here, we did pop on volume here, and you'll notice that this took us to the after hours level that we were at on May 30th, right? So we're pretty much right back to that same area. One of the first things that I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the top of that off. That's 1406. You can see the stick here today didn't quite get that high, but I still think that that level's probably going to be in play here. If we take a look at the news here, it says S&P Global Upgrades securitization sponsored by Carvana due to continued strength in loan performance. So that's moving Carvana to the upside here. Remember, Carvana extremely shorted as of May 25th. 69.4% of the float shorted with 3.1 days to cover. It's actually a big jump up in the days to cover there. So this one does have some squeeze potential. For some of these real big squeezes, we'd like to see that days to cover number above 5, even if it's above 10, even better. But still, with an increase here in days to cover, we can see that more and more people are loading on the short side. As the stock continues to move up, that might get some type of squeeze effect. So we'll see what happens with Carvana here today. That's pretty much all I got. I'm definitely going to be watching SOXL and SOXS. We've been trading those back and forth here. They're great day trading vehicles. They're not so great for the small account because I just can't get enough size in there to really make those gains nice, which is why I try to swing them overnight in case we get a gap and a bigger move. but those definitely going to be on the radar here today. Got anything else you want to take a look at, Zunaid?
Yeah, man, we can go ahead and go over some stuff. I think I know you started off, or you went ahead and talked about Carvana. For me, $14, right? We kind of have that level here. Is if it goes ahead and breaks 1401, I will go ahead and buy some Carvana and see if we can get a quick move to 1450s or not. But that's what I've got on C, V, and A. We kind of went over Tesla already, but again, this is a range that I've got 204, 200. We'll be kind of right in the middle of that to see which way that one wants to go ahead and break. On Nvidia, it's been kind of bleeding ever since we couldn't get above our 415 after the earnings, and you've got 400. That was a tough level to kind of stay above, so now we're about $17 below on that one. Amazon, the 120 level is something to keep an eye on. You can see how well it's kind of played off of that right there. There we go. Support, support, broke down. Now it's kind of right back above, held a support here late in the hours as well. So we'll see how this 120 wants to go ahead and behave on this one on ticker AMZ. And we've still got about 6 minutes left to go. So let's go ahead and talk about Netflix as I'm waiting, as you can tell, for a break above, a break above 400 on ticker NFLX. Let's go ahead and take a look at, what is that? QSG. Never heard of it. We can surely take a look at it. It looks a little wonky, even on the 30 minutes. So we'll go to the 4 hour. I'm going to assume there's some type of news on this one. Hence the interest in volume that we're getting. Looks like we had some interest on that on the 24th of May as well. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to play this one, to be honest. I would say just $10. And what do you know? Look at that. $10 went ahead and held its support. But besides that, I'm not really sure I'd play this one. My apologies on that. INTC. Intel.
Saw some big sweeps on Intel yesterday. So to me, this chart right here that you're showing, Zunaid, this looks like this wants to break higher.
Yeah, and if we can go ahead and get above 3220s, it may do just that. But that's what we've kind of got on Intel here. As you can see, matter of fact, so 3050 was resistance, right? You can see how many times we've touched it here and couldn't quite get over it. But once we finally did get over it, at least on the 15-minute, you can see it was just a straight pop. And I'm going to assume this had to do with news sometime here on 10:15 yesterday.
Two things, Zunaid. So first of all, rumors floated by the NVIDIA CEO at the Computex meeting about them working together. So that has been in the market. And then we saw repeat massive option sweeps come through on Intel yesterday. That's what that big candle is.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Because, I mean, look at that. Just on the 1 minute, you can see just how high of a volume came in on this one. So, yeah, I mean, keep an eye on Intel. If it does want to go and break that 3220, that could be a nice little trade. Let's go and take a look at TGT. Target. I think this is the one that was in the news and all that. But let's see what we can go. Oh, I want to take a look at PayPal here in a second as well. Let me see if we can. This chart's just wonky. Where can we find some support? Is that $100? No, it's not. So I'd say around like 120, which obviously we're ways away from. We're about $9 away from there. But this has just been a straight, I think ever since earnings, and I'm not sure when the whole political conversation around TGT started, but looks like ever since earnings, like a day later or so, it's just been on a straight downtrend. Let's see if we can go ahead and have a clean trend line or no. Yeah, it's just been in a straight downtrend. So if you're looking to go long, right, the easy answer here is just to wait if we can go ahead and break this trend line to the upside, and then we can go ahead and make a move there. Let's go and take a look at, that's the one I want to take a look at. PYPL. Let's go ahead and take a look at the, I saw this on FinTwit, so this isn't my analysis, if you will. I just was interested in what was happening on PayPal. So, but you've got the monthly here that's starting to kind of break towards the downside, right? So this is the monthly chart. So if we can go ahead and come back and test the $68 level, that could be a great entry spot to go ahead and grab a contract that might be, let's say, 3-4 months out, give or take. That way you have data on your side and the volatility doesn't harm you. Because I can see this one going 250. If it wants to go ahead and test that one, I can absolutely see it. But let's go ahead and take a look at the daily and see where we are. So here's the break. We haven't quite gotten a clean test of it, but I would keep an eye on it. If it does go ahead and come back to test like the 68.50 area, definitely could be interesting, especially if you want to start grab. So say if you wanted to grab like say 3 contracts, right? You can start grabbing it around the breach of 66 all the way to 68. And if it breaks 70, you go ahead and get out. So you're risking about $4 on contracts that are months and months out. But that's something I definitely wanted to bring it to y'all's attention on ticker PYPL. Let's see, ATTO in the chat.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's cover ATTO. I've got one here real quick, Zunaid, but then I'd like your opinion on it. I'd actually like someone to destroy the technical thesis here. To me, ATTO, we've seen some big moves on volume. We're actually holding that. To me, it looks like we've got a pretty big resistance area here between 318 and 349. I think you can probably play both of these levels for a potential trade here. So ATTO, this definitely on the watch list here, Zunaid. Let me see. What do you see in the chart?
Yeah, so 350 just from a couple of days ago, you've got the 350 that's going to go ahead and hold right there as well. Let's see if we can get a trend line drawn if it's clean. Looks like it sure is. So we kind of are starting to excuse me. We're starting to kind of combust here and make a move either one way to the upside or downside. Can't remember the last time I used the word combust, but we'll see if we can go ahead and break 350 to the upside. If you're interested in this one, definitely go ahead and set an alert. But I think the biggest stock or the move that I'm looking forward to most is this Carvana, $14. It might be something that I buy options on as well as go ahead and trade equity on it as well. We've got about less than a minute left. Best of luck. Stay green. Live to fight another day. Utilize your stop losses. It should be a good one. And we'll see what's moving on in the markets as well. But you've got news on Carvana. So we'll go ahead and see what's what. And then we've got a guest coming on later at 11 as well, a trader. But we'll talk about that when the market slows down a little bit. But here we go. Good luck. Oh, I got to pop up my brokers trade.
Let's get after it, team. Let's see what we can find today.
If Carvana did want to go ahead and test, say, the $13, I would go ahead and purchase 100 shares. I'm going to go ahead and leave that right there.
All right, let's see what I can get into in the Moomoo account today. I'll definitely be trying.
For Carvana, I'm actually looking for this to hold here or maybe come back down to the VWAP at about 1363.
Yeah, I think for me, it's a little bit too far gone here. I need the pullbacks on that too. Doesn't look bad, but just already like kind of looking around. AI has been hit hard. This could still go down even further.
Carvana through the VWAP to the downside here. We'll see if we get a bounce. I had no position yet.
Tesla crossing 204s.
ARKK pulling back today, and so just be careful out there. I'm seeing a little bit of a pullback right out the gate here for some growth names. I'm going to see if they're going to reverse.
Oh, man. Yeah, I really like this 204 level, especially because the previous close. If we can go ahead and stay above it, that could be clean.
All right, Q's coming down right out the gates. We'll look to see if they break down a little bit more, right? Will we get another red day? That's what I'm looking at.
Should we gap and go? Is what Jan's talking about in the chat.
Energy getting a little bit of a bounce today. So if you're looking for maybe a bounce, that's doing decent. Right now, Gush off of 103.50s looked interesting for me. So maybe if I can get a little pullback close to that. The spread's a little wide there on Gush.
You've got, if you're looking to play Chewy, I think right around here, if we can go ahead and touch 35 and hit this trend line, I think that could be a solid area for a buy. All right, where is
Crow
Carvana?
saying, Zunaid, you're trading Carvana after what the dealer told you? That's cold, bro.
I mean, listen, I'm just trading the ticker. Matter of fact, my car is ready. My car was ready yesterday, but had some things to attend to. But my car is ready today, so we're going to go pick it up later on in the afternoon. So I'm excited for that. Here's a question, right? And I don't know if I'm missing something. I enjoy using someone else's money. This is America. Who doesn't? I went ahead and financed my car for 72 months simply because the interest rate was, something I was comfortable with. And also it's like I pay an additional, $1,100 in interest if I just want to go ahead and take another year to pay it. So like to me, that was worth it. I was always just curious why other people don't do that. But I don't know, maybe it's because they hate monthly payments, but like my monthly payments, instead of being like 1,000, it's like 550. And there's Carvana, by the way.
Carvana, big bounce here, going higher. Missed it. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. My order's out there. I don't know why I didn't get filled, but nonetheless, we'll see if we can go ahead and get filled.
I was too slow. I was trying to buy via limit near that curl. I should have just used a market order. It's my own fault.
Come on, Carvana, come back here, come back here.
That was a little pullback towards the VWAP and then below it and then actually recovering. So
and I was looking at it at that VWAP, and when it crossed through the VWAP, when it was coming back up, Mitch, I threw a limit order out there that I didn't get filled on, and it just ran away.
Okay, where did you throw your limit? Did you throw it right where the mark was, or did you throw it above the mark?
Right where it was, and it had just moved past it. I was just too slow. I was trying to be I was trying to be as cheap as possible, and it got me.
For momentum names, right? Momentum names, one thing I do, if I feel like the stock is going to make a quick rip higher, what I'll do is I'll do a plus 0.3 on the limit. So if I want to get in at the 1350s, I can put in 1353 and then just get smacked in, right? You're putting a limit, so I'm limiting the upside that I'll get in on that, but it'll get me in a lot of the times. So that if I really need to get into stock, like I feel like it's going to be like a 1 second kind of thing, I'll jump on that action.
What was I looking at? No, that's not it. Intel, yeah, we talked about Intel, but let's go right back to it though. All right, this actually isn't a bad spot to try it out.
I'm looking for below 31s today. If I can get below 31s, I'll swing Intel. But right now, I feel like
I'm just going to try it with a quick stop loss here. Risking about $43. See if we can get a move on this one, as you got the previous close right there. But nonetheless, main focus is going to be,
SPY heading down there now to 417s. Q's testing down also. Will we start to see a leak? That's what I'm starting to look at. Is this just another bull trap opening?
$30 has not been breached on ticker AI.
I'm keeping it real simple right now. I haven't even thought about getting into a trade. Just looking around.
That's okay. You were typing it into your... Who's calling me from Cochran, Georgia? All right.
That crazy stock.
I'll be right back.
I think it's halted. SDA. That thing's crazy.
Yeah, it is, Mitch. We were just saying how spread that thing is. I'm not even looking at SDA. That's just going to mess up what I'm trying to do, honestly.
100%. PTTO, not too bad there. I'm looking around, team. I don't see too much like trend. I see some jumping up here, but not too much trend here. So I'm looking around to see what happens. Macy's is up there towards like 13. That is maybe a potential short for me. But looking around to see if this is going to fade off.
Bro, what?
The highs.
Why am I not getting filled? I don't understand.
Carvana coming back into the VWAP here. I wanted that first move. I don't know if I'm going to take this second one.
All right, I don't know what is going on and why I can't get filled on Carvana, but...
FRO pushing to the highs here. 1550 looks on deck for FRO.
FRO, frontline. That one's a nice little move there. And it's an oil play. Feels like we're getting that oil reversal here, at least for the day, right? Now, I don't know if it's going to be a longer one or it's going to hang out for a while, but it's interesting. I'm seeing Gush starting to move. Problem with Gush is I hate the spread in Gush. It's about 20 cents wide.
Chat, if you don't, does anyone else in the chat have a problem getting filled on Carvana? I've literally placed a market order and I cannot get filled. Like, what in the world? Yeah, here, look, where is it?
Didn't get any errors, Zunaid. I didn't get filled because the price was above my limit price.
Oh, so here it is, like Carvana, buy, market, 100 shares. It says placing. Okay, there we go. Now it gets filled, but it's market. Like I shouldn't have even been able to finish my sentence, and now it freaking
lags,
bro. All right, bro. No, we calling Trade Station on this one. No, this is
yeah. At least you got it on.
And now I can't even get out. This is so dumb. I'm gonna show y'all's chart before I do something.
Hey, I mean, at least you have it on video, bro. You can definitely give him a call on that one.
That's a great point. And I also have it to where it's like, hey, this is the time I
Carvana going to get halted to the downside. Carvana halt downside here, 1337.
Get out of it. Oh, yes, I did. I did get out of it.
Yeah, but definitely lagging
Trade station definitely
on the action. Yeah, I would give him a call too on that.
Yeah, if you have a
Carvana
video
came down
recording of it,
fast,
fight
man.
it, bro. Yeah, if you have a video, you know, every time I've tried to dispute something with my broker, if I don't have any type of like video evidence where I can clearly show that something went wrong, they don't believe me. By the way, ATTO was pulling a little bit, now moving towards the highs on ATTO.
All right, guys, looking at a trade for SOX for the prop account and trying to get in here on the pullback here. If I could get in just at VWAP or slightly below, I really like this outlook here. Come on, give me a little bit more of a pullback here. There we go.
Carvana is up on Zunaid's Bentley purchase.
All right, I took
Sydney.
Took a little bit there at 1207 success on the prop account.
Let's see. Oh, man. Do I want this instead?
Looking to see if
Meds.
support hold on here.
Sorry, meds for all you penny players, MEDS. This is ripping here. I'm not in it, not going to play it, but just thought I'd mention it. UCAR looks like it's holding here. We'll see if it breaks down or takes the next leg up.
Let me give this a test to the 1190s here. If it breaks 1190s, I'll get out, but I think we might see a double bottom on 1196 for success. That's what I'm going after. This is not the Moomoo account.
By the way, Zunaid, another trader that I follow on FinTwit uses TradeStation, says he tried to buy Carvana on the way up, got no fill.
Oh, would you mind copy and pasting that in Slack for me? That way I can reference.
Yeah, it's hang on.
Thank you. And thank you, Sal. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to pick up the car.
Quick pullback there in success. Now I'm going to look to see if we can recover 12.
Understood. Appreciate that.
Pure Storage. Looks like this is moving to the highs. I don't think it's halted. ATTO, some size here at 330.
All right. Q's coming back up. Let's see if they come right back down. A move back to 348 50s. I think it's kind of like continuation.
Let's see if ATTO holds on this pullback and then goes higher.
Keep an eye on Netflix as that one breached 400 for a moment, but then came right back down. Meta. Let's take a look at Meta. Meta. Is it breaking any levels? Is it breaking any levels? If you're interested in Meta, and if it comes back to test the 269 area, could be a decent entry point.
Qs are looking a little strong here. Now I'm going to look to see if we get a quick little move to the downside, but that's why I'm going in with just my first entry here in success, not adding down here, even though, you know, on the prop, I want to get up to like, let's say 300, 400 shares on a position like this. I only have 100 shares right now. I'm looking to see if the Qs can just give me a wicked move right back down. All right, getting a little bit of movement here in success, so I can look for pullback entries here in 95s or 12s. Limit out at 95 on pullbacks, and could add at the 12.
UCAR is bouncing off that 480 level.
Oh, what a nice breach of 5.
One stock I'm keeping a close eye on today is NVIDIA, right? Are we going to get a big up move, or are we going to come right back and break 383? No fills on pullbacks right now for success. It's already above 12 there, so I will have to probably step up. I'm canceling now and looking for pullbacks to get added at 12.
Carvana no longer halted. Carvana 1345. I'm looking to purchase at 1302 and 1294 if I can get it.
So Carvana's moving lower, right?
The halt was a halt down, but now it's stabilizing between the 1350s.
All right, just added a little bit more towards the success. 1205 is my average. Seeing this candle go from red to green now on success.
Let's see.
UCAR was an insane chart. I won't even touch that.
It is insane. That's why I didn't touch it either, Mitch.
It gets to a point where it's like, do I even want to look at that?
Well, let's see where this 5-minute closes. Looks like it's going to close above VWAP.
ATTO back down to VWAP here. We'll see if it sets up on ATTO.
Going to look for a move back through above the VWAP for success to add the last little shares. I won't add right down here. It just increases my risk. Looking for the move higher and looking for the cues to go right back below VWAP and go into the red. There's NVIDIA starting to come pull back.
I'm going to try some UCAR here at 506 if I can get filled. Oh, I know it was a couple of bucks away. So NVIDIA, you actually just had some 405 calls come in on the ask, and there is my fill on UCAR. Let's go ahead and hit UCAR as we are in that one, but I also want to focus on NVIDIA. So you've got support on NVIDIA around this 384 level. And let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go NVIDIA.
945 team. 945.
Stop loss would be below.
There's the Q's deck below VWAP. Now I'm looking to add on pullbacks to 1205.
ATTO trying to bounce off of the VWAP. We'll see if this materializes.
Didn't get filled on that pullback, but I have 200 still 1205s. Looking to get filled on pullbacks there. Did not get filled on that, but I like the action right now. Q's back below VWAP.
ATTO right back to that 330 spot. There's some size there. If they snap that block, this might go on ATTO at 330.
What was I about to say? Oh, the NVIDIA 405 calls, by the way, expires June 9th. So next week. About $500,000 worth on it, honestly, so far today.
All right, no fill on pullbacks there for success. I tried to get 1205s. It didn't get there. So I'll look to see if we just get a breakdown here in the Qs through 347. There's 1211 starting to show up, so I'm at least into the green here. I don't have as big a sizing as I'd like, but what can you do about that? I'm not going to cry about it. I'm just going to take the sizing that I have and try to get a gain here.
Sometimes there's nothing wrong with reduced sizing, especially during turbulent times. So to me, all my trades are smaller size at the moment.
All right, Q's trying to recover. Let's see if it rejects VWAP and comes right back down. No fill there.
TSM, great call out. TSM at $100. I am in. Thank you for that call out. Who was that? My man Raz. In with a couple hundred shares at $100, especially because the VWAP is right underneath it, around 99.84s, give or take.
There's a nice move in success to 1215. Q's moving lower, rejecting VWAP here. Now I'm going to look to see if it makes a big bar through 347. There's a nice move to 1215s now in success, moving higher. Kicking it back to you, my friend.
Well, this stop loss is a little too close for comfort. Sorry. Yeah, we'll see if we can go ahead and get a move on this one, on this
Boom,
TSM.
baby. 12.18. Now we're at high day for success. Looking for it to get taken out here. Starting to pull back, so just to kind of give you that outlook there. I want to see if we get this really nice push here. NVIDIA, will it go red? It just did a big bar. Can it recover, or will it go red? That's what I'm looking at. NVIDIA is one of my indicators for technology today, and so you just look at it to see the relationship. Q's coming back for another rejection here of 347.50. Can it hold above that? That's what I'm looking at right now. If it rejects 347.50 one more time, I think we could take out the 347 on the downside. You can see how you just tested it. You come right above it. Let's see if this is a wick or a close above VWAP.
Well, so here's a test, by the way, on 200 on Tesla once again.
SDA halt up. No, man. I'll stay out of that one today. All right, looking around to see what can go on right now. Not much. There's the Qs now trying to recover here. So NVIDIA coming right back up like I talked about it. Would it recover VWAP? It did recover VWAP, so just be careful there.
Well, we appreciate it recovering. Now we needed to make a move towards a 387.95 so we can get our limit order filled.
Still green on success, so I'm staying in right now.
You're about to watch me get stopped out on a UCAR. Here's Netflix, by the way, approaching 400 again.
That's your car, bro. Can't get stopped out on it.
It is. All right, there's my stop out on UCAR.
ATTO at the same time, a complete disaster. Double top at that 330, couldn't break it, and big time pull here. We'll see if this sets up.
Can also go shorting those names. Let me see if ATTO is
not shorting a $2 stock, Mitch. I'm sorry.
It depends. I mean, if I could do it, I don't mind it.
Come on, Netflix. Breach that 400. 400.
Did break three pretty well, but it is holding support, so that's why I wouldn't test it.
Netflix, $1 in the money.
All right, back below the VWAP. Let's go. Let's see what you got, Qs. What are you going to do today for me? There's success. Nice little push to 12.18s. Let's see the Qs come down here. Going to look to see if we get a big bar down in NVIDIA. A nice little push higher here in success. 12.22s now. Nice little move here. If I had my full sizing, I'd probably take out 100 right now. But since I only have 200, I'm trying to work it up a little bit more here through pre-market highs of 12.25. I'll take some out there. Going up to resistance right now. So there's resistance right above here on success towards kind of this 1230s. And let's see if we can get through it today.
UCAR trying to bounce here, right back at its VWAP.
Wow.
Video looks like it wants to break down two. I don't want to double dip. I'm going to stay to one trade only, try to nail it, and then I can adjust later. Q's down to 347.27. Let's see if we could take out 347 here and go lower. Q's there, 347.20s hitting. Where did we go towards the low? 347.16. Now towards the 24s there in success, pushing higher. NVIDIA back below VWAP.
Carvana above 14.
Let's see if this can break 347 here.
Carvana high a day.
And Q's here. Go to my trading screen where I got multiple stocks there. I can put up NVIDIA in the top, on the bottom right. Oof, we got up there and the Q's just recovered. Went to 1224, kind of held up there. So right now I'm just kind of looking on the 15-minute. As long as we can hold on 15-minute pullbacks, I'll still look good. But NVIDIA pushed really quickly to the top. I think this is really right here. Up one, down one, up two, down two, up three, down three. here. It needs to kind of break above this kind of 387.13 to go to that 388. If it fails one more time through the support of 385, that's where I think it'd break down. You see NVIDIA, it's pushing strong right now towards that 380.
And we go ahead and get filled.
New highs. This is wild action here today. Carvana new highs.
Yeah, wild action for sure. Getting a quick pullback here in success. I'm going to see if it can go through 12. If it goes through 12, I'll get out.
I've got an order on a Carvana to buy it at 1402s. And then also you have NVIDIA where limit orders went ahead and hit as it's approaching 389s.
Still not out of the trade here, just sticking around for right now.
Market's weak here. Tech is the only thing really holding up. The rest of the market kind of selling off.
All right, put a little bit of a stop limit here. Just if I need to get it out on success, I'll take a tiny hit here. Could just wait to see if this is just a trick. NVIDIA with a nice pull, though. I got to give to NVIDIA. That was a nice pull.
WLDS looking like it's going to snap the 217 high here. Grats to all of you that are trading WLDS. I should have been in that one.
Qs are just chopping around. That's why I'm staying in the success trade right now. I mean, if this comes right back down, I mean, that's going to be wicked. It is coming right back down. Now I got to determine if I want to add on success. I'm going to wait. I want to see 347 break. I can always add later. All right, what's going on in the chat? What's up out there? Ace looking at the ES. Little futures action. All right, Jan talking about AI. Lisa talking about the Googs. Googster. All right, Matthew talking about SPY puts in the chat. Look at my man Crow talking about the 4-hour candles. Love it. What I love about Crow is that there's so many people like that are in petty stocks, and what do you hear them use? Nothing but 1 minute. What do you hear Crow a lot mentioned? 1-hour chart, 4-hour chart. He's looking for deeper time frames. What that helps because there's so many smaller traders that just get wiped out in between the bigger trades there. Q's bouncing off of VWAP. Another reason why I stuck to the sideline there. We'll see what happens here, but definitely a little bit of a battle here in the Qs right above the VWAP. Will it take a move to 348? That's probably the upside continuation for technology and would stop me out on a small stop out here around the 1195s. But, of course, this could always turn around if it doesn't get to 348. Let's see what happens.
All right, we are in Carvana once again at 1402s. We'll see if we can go ahead and get a move above the 1450s to go ahead and break towards the 15 area. If not, we will go ahead and get stopped out around 1359s.
Savage, man. Savage, my boy. You don't stop. He said, I'm taking this.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, 348's trying to push through on the Qs. That would be probably that expansion move higher. There's 348.11, so looks like I'm probably going to get stopped out on success. I'm just staying on the sideline right now, but through that 1195, I'll get out. I already put the stop and ready there, and I'll just look to see what other plays kind of move from there.
QBTS looks like it's trying to curl back up towards that 150 area on QBTS. I have the high print at 151 on QBTS.
Netflix high day again. Try to buy Netflix at 400. It went as low as 409, 409 cents. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that trade.
All right, Q's wanting to go higher. You might see tech start to push. AMD looking good there. Intel has pulled back here to 3130s. Is this the spot? Has double, triple bottoms here. Doesn't look too bad, but definitely NVIDIA having a decent day. AMD starting to push. I know Google was mentioned in the chat earlier. That doesn't look too bad on the day. Apple has VR glasses coming out next week. Does it want to get all-time high off of that mention? Ooh, who knows? Definitely extended away from the 9 EMA, but could keep going, right? StockX just playing around still, around this 12. And I'm just staying in. Because the big thing is by having the small share size, I can just play it, right? This is going to be like maybe a 10, 12 cent stop out. NVIDIA was just pushing, man. That looks strong. What doesn't look strong today is CXAI. I don't know how that one's doing since yesterday, but definitely not looking as good.
Carvana, by the way, come on, baby. Pushing. We need new high a day.
There you go.
But we got to break. I appreciate it. Yeah, but we got to break the 1250 area. Excuse me, 1450 area here. And make our way towards 15.
Shop. Nice move in shop.
Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Where's my...
Nice move back up in shop.
Unity
is one I'll keep an eye out for.
I want to grab some Carvana calls, but I don't see big money in it just yet. So, oh, actually, wow, I lied. Holy crap, I did lie. Let me see what this is.
I've not seen unusual option sweeps. I might have missed them, but I don't see them on Carvana.
Well, so here, let me know what you think. Here's what I've got 8 minutes ago at 9:51. $20 calls coming in on the ask, expiring July 21st of this year, approximately $200,000 worth is what I'm seeing. But yeah, that one should be fun. And yes, you're right. On AI, I was just looking at that one, Carmen. Let's go to the 5 minute. It went ahead and found support at the $30 where we had support on the pre-market.
All right, looking around to see what's going to happen right now. I'm on a little bit more of the sideline. I'll let you guys know what happens there. Just got hit there in StockX on that pullback. So out of the StockX trade, seeing the cues that they want to go higher. Let's see if this holds. There's some plays that we can look at there and then look for some to kind of be on the lag. Intel's coming back, right back towards the VWAP. So it looks like we did see a little bit of some bottoming action. Some people went fishing, and it's back to the VWAP. So taking a small hit there, about $31 with the fees also. So not too bad there. Really small loss in the prop account. Really, it's kind of like small losses are going to be like about $30. Big wins and nice wins will be like $300. So in this case, I'm not going to stress too much about 30. Intel's trying, man.
Wow.
What's up?
Carvana just came right back down.
I'm telling you, dude. I know I missed that first trade, but at this point, seeing how much back and forth there is, probably glad I missed that.
Yeah, the volatility in that one.
I don't need to be in that, especially if there's wonky stuff going on with brokers.
Yeah, and also like bigger time frames because the smaller ones are going to scare the crap out of you. Best part is could have got stop hunted because StockX is right back there. I'm telling you, I don't know why. I'm not buying the strong tech move right now. And maybe I'm missing out on a play right now, but that could also be my decision, right? That's what it's all about as a trader. We got to make decisions.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think tech goes lower here. I mean, think about it. If the debt ceiling is a sell the news event, we probably go lower. If they raise rates, that's bad for tech. We probably go lower. What are the tailwinds? I'm with you, Mitch, on the macro picture, and I'm okay if I miss a little bit right now. I mean, if I miss a huge move, then I'll reassess and see what went wrong. But I'm okay missing a little bit of the moves at the moment.
Yeah,
all right. I'm gonna risk about $100 or so on a lotto. I went ahead and purchased $14 calls on Carvana expiring this week. paid about 84 cents, currently trading at 79. Stop loss for me probably will be if this one breaks like 50 cents in terms of value.
Look to see what happens later in the day. You can also play the SQQQs if I'd like to later.
QBTS still kind of hanging right above its VWAP here on QBTS. We'll see if that ends up getting a move. Breakouts have been tough, though. I'm not expecting it.
Rush back to VWAP. Energy up about 0.34 from the open. Technology 0.4. Basic materials 0.4. What's down today? Utilities, real estate, and healthcare. That SPY chart. What's up out there, team? Doubled my goal for the day by 10. FRO was my champion. Stocked up it yesterday at 14. There you go, Mary.
Nice trade. Nice job, Marie. You've been doing really, really well recently.
Killing
It's been a patient approach. I really appreciate it.
That's how you do it, Marie. Get after it. Kill it.
Come on, Carvana. By the way, I went ahead and
celebrate the wins. Celebrate the wins.
Purchased a couple more contracts on the Carvanas, so now my average price is approximately 83. I mean, it's not looking pretty, and yeah, I agree, Ryan. It's got me a little nervous here as well because I really expected it to pop after tried to retest at 1450. So I am definitely a bit nervous.
He's pushing. They're trying to get through the 348.50 level. There's a resistance there that I see on the hourly. So this is going to be the hourly spot where if it pushes higher from this on like a 5-minute close, I can start looking at tech. But other than that, if it comes back to VWAP, I'm still playing a little bit more of chop. Man, NCLH up 10%. Do I take the money and run on the swing trade action? All right, one thing in the Moomoo account, I think I only got like one trade right now, so I might wait a day or something like that because I'm not seeing too much perfectly today. So it might be one of those days where it's a no trade day for me in the small account. But that doesn't mean that you guys can't check out Moomoo, of course. Check it out, team. I'll throw up the link in a second there in the chat, but definitely check it out. It hasn't been a bad day. We'll see what happens. Looking at the Explore tab to see what's standing out to me. It looks like uranium stocks are doing well today. I did see someone mention that to me on Start Swing Trade yesterday. iRobot having a decent day today. Isn't that an AI play? Holy crap. This is actually taking off a little bit there. I don't know if you've seen that move, Zunaid. That's an interesting move. iRobot, IRBT. Big push up today. And that could be definitely an AI play. I mean, let's just be honest. Definitely, it's going to probably be an AI play. Just put some freaking language detection on there, and then you can just freaking talk to your iRobot.
I mean, hey, that way Friday night dates won't be lonely. You know what I mean? By the way, resistance on our IRBT iRobot 39. Keep an eye on that. Just kind of
interesting, right?
Taking a glance at it. $39 right over there. Carvana, by the way, making a move up. Come on, baby. Can we just... There we go. Come on. Let's break that 1450. By the way, our contracts that we purchased with an average price of 83, currently trading at about 97. I'm going to have a couple of sells ready to go here in a moment. So let me see how much total I have so I can tell you guys. How many contracts do I have total now? I had 5. Ooh, I had 5. I apparently sold one. I didn't realize I sold one. I sold one at $1. So now I have 4 contracts on the Carvana one. But let's go. Come on. Let's pop it to the upside.
Chewy pulling back after a big rip in the after hours and then continued up action out the gates, but now starting to pull back. We'll see what happens there.
I am going to move my stop loss up here because it's been an unfortunate day simply because of the nonsense that I had to deal with Carvana on the broker side, which I'm definitely going to call back on TradeStation and see if I can get my money back.
Give me my money.
I'll let y'all know how successful I am on that. Let's go ahead and see what the VIX is doing. If we can go ahead and break 17, that'd be nice.
Q's coming right back below the 348.50 and just feels like it's trying to hold on to it right now and expand from it, but I'm keeping an eye on that level. I get back in the sock sats here.
You know what? Let's have some fun with Carvana. We're going to go ahead and go to the 1 second chart on Carvana.
Not even 1 minute, the 1 second
The
chart.
1 second chart.
Good Lord.
Can we do technical analysis on this? Let's see. Let's have some fun.
I think you should do a fib retracement on the 1 second.
Well, so folks, as you can see, the trend line has just been broken on this 1 second chart. We're trying to reclaim it, but at the moment, this looks like a horrible trend to the downside.
And in 1 second,
wait 15 seconds and it's likely to change.
Yeah, in 1 second, this will be changing.
Oh, man. Oh.
Credit card delinquencies at the highest level since 2008, quote CNBN. Getting ready. I think that's just getting started. There's a reason
Glad
why
I paid my credit card off in full last month. Paid off in full.
There's the rejection there of the 348.50s here from the Qs. I got to take my shot here in Success if I want to take a big gain here. I'm taking my shot there. I'm trying to get in there. Got 1204s, seen the Qs reverse, was waiting for it, took an earlier loss, now taking my shot, and I went straight at it with the 300. We'll see what happens here. Can this push a little bit higher today? Taking the Success on the prop account.
Oh, man.
I don't see anything good that I feel good about for the small account, Mitch. I'm in the exact same boat you are. I'm looking around here. I'm trying to be patient. I'm watching the market curl. I don't feel good about any of it right now.
I like that rejection of 348.50s. That's going to be kind of my out level around 348.70s on the Qs. Don't want to see that get back through like 75. If it does do that, I'll have to get out. But with this being said, I'm already seeing the action that I'd like to see on this trade. I could even expand a little bit higher and go a little bit bigger, but I don't want to go over the kind of too big, but I'm taking my shot here. I just added a little bit more. Now have 400 still at the 1205s. Let's see what happens here. Can risk about 10 cents to see if this can push higher. There, I'm seeing Intel come right back down fast. The Qs kind of holding in here around the 348.30s. It really needs to come through the VWAP and show me that 347 break that we wanted earlier today to see that tech was breaking down. It's been strong and video is strong, so I could be wrong here. Like always, take everything I say, a little bit of grain of salt.
I thought for a second there you said you could be wrong like always. I was like, Mitch, come on, man. You're not always wrong. WTF.
I
let you finish talking and it made more sense.
when I trade the turn, I always try to warn people, right? Because I'm trading reversal action. Doesn't mean it's going to happen by any means. It doesn't mean it's always going to happen. The only thing I'm doing right now is what? Feeling the heartbeat.
So here's a good question. I'm not going to have an answer, but hey guys, wanted to get your thoughts on how the markets will behave come September and later next year when student loans resume. I have zero idea, but I would definitely look at stocks that might have the biggest student loans outside of the federal government, in terms of different banks and things like that. I have no idea which banks those are, and if it's SoFi or something else.
You got it, my friend. You hit it right on the. You hit it right on the nail. So that's
one of them. Okay. Yeah. So I'd kind of check those things out, but besides that, I don't, and I also don't. You see me charting the 1 second like a lunatic for fun, so I definitely don't have an outlook.
I think that will aid in the consumer becoming weaker and weaker, which is the thesis that I'm already on. I suspect that the consumer will be weak, and I would imagine that if all of a sudden people have to start paying back their student loans, that consumer will be even weaker, and that will affect things that those types of consumers buy.
So educate me. At the moment, folks don't have to pay their student loans back at the moment?
I paid my student loans off the old-fashioned way, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I have no insight.
I'll explain it. I got you, man. We talked about this on pre-market prep, and so I'll talk about the things that are important there. And I've also talked about it with a friend. So the big thing there is to focus on a couple of things, and I got to focus on the trade too. So if you guys hear me shut up for a second, you know why. But right now, there's the battle with forbearance, right? Forbearance is not having to pay, right? But we also have Biden with also what? Student loan forgiveness, two different things, right? Right now, forbearance is going away, but forgiveness is still up to the Supreme Court's decision this month. So I know that you mentioned September in your comment. I would actually say watch for this month, because I think what's more important than forbearance is the forgiveness. Are these private government loans are going to just get kind of just wiped off? And if that does happen, why would you even go to a private loan? You would probably go to all federal loans at that point. So then those companies could actually see a hit. But if for any reason the Supreme Court rules that this is illegal of Biden administration, then you could see a reversal. You could see SoFi kind of take off. So these are all things that could happen and all things to keep an eye out for.
This is an interesting comment. Obviously, yes, if you want to, like Ryan said, he paid off his student loans. But with the reason I bring this up is the lower class who didn't go to college gained nothing from it too. We don't get into politics here on this show whatsoever, but I'd just be interested in terms of society for there to be some type of plan where it's like, hey, if you enroll in college from this date to this date and you finish college, then your loan gets forgiven or you get X or whatever the case may be. So that way encourage folks that, to go ahead and not just go to school, but also finish their degree as well. That could be interesting. By the way, UCAR, let me go ahead and put up my charts here. UCAR went ahead and reclaimed 5, and look at that. Got hit with resistance right at that 550 mark. So nice little bounce there. Let's see where VWAP is at the moment, right at around $5, which means I am going to try to take a crack at it.
Smoke Tuna saying QBTS, nice move up there. We were talking about the student loan stuff. I scalped that through 150. So pretty small trade there, but green on the screen here in the main account.
That's all that matters.
Plasma, as someone who's about to get hit with a nice $35,000 loan, yeah, I'd love to have a little bit of leniency on my car loan. By the way, Carvana trying one more time, 16 cents away from the 1450s.
Yeah, my thought on this is pretty simple. I paid off my student loan, so I should probably get a credit towards my mortgage, right? From the forgiveness. Nope. I'll wait. Jesse's asking, Ryan, would you be willing to pay off my student loan? Bro, as soon as I make my first million, I got you.
Coming soon, chat. See you later, Jesse. And there's Carvana. Come on, reject it. Smacked down by 8 cents as soon as it touched the 1450s.
All right, you're seeing the Qs try to test back up here, try to make the expansion move above, which is a move above this kind of 348.75 level. If it gets to 349, I think you see continuation. I'm still in the green here for my trade on Success, so I'm just sticking around, but it isn't looking good, at least on my side.
The QBTS trade, Smoke Tuna, that was not in the Moomoo account. I would have interrupted Mitch if that was the Moomoo account. It was a 5-cent scalp in the main account. It wasn't really I made $40. I'm just trying to get green on the screen without putting too much risk out there.
Pulled back. If you see that huge bounce go back to 392, and there you see already a nice little spike there, about like 90 cents. That's why NVIDIA could be wicked. Guys, you got to understand how fast NVIDIA moves. 90 cents for NVIDIA is like less than a second sometimes.
I mean, that could be, yeah, look at the spread, right? The spread itself is approximately 30 cents. So,
yeah, I mean, 90 cents spread at already 30 cents, about 20 cents. I mean, you're going to see a wicked move, and you got to keep that in mind, right? So, what I always think about that is understand the risk, right? If you're risking about 10 cents in NVIDIA, do you really think you could risk that? Probably not, right? Let's just be honest.
Here we go. Carvana to the upside went ahead and broke that 14.59. The options that we purchased at approximately 83 cents are now above $1.
There you go. There you go, baby.
I've got sales
coming
out.
back.
Yeah, I've got
Where's the YOLO?
118. 118.
I'm waiting for the YOLO.
Look, we're in it, man. We are in it. Here, let me go ahead and share.
All right, how we doing out there? Wes saying that he's taking some UCAR. You're brave, guys. I can't do that.
Yeah, me either.
Guys are braver than us, man. I'll tell you that.
If you could get it closer to 5, that's not a bad idea, especially because you've got VWAP right there as well.
All right, guys. I'm almost back to where I could do break even if I wanted to, but I see the Qs reject one more time to go through 348.75. That's 3 rejections up there. Can I get the 4th rejection and then just come wiping down? That's what I'm looking for. Will I be right? I think the stocks would tell me, right? That's all I can do. There's success back towards 1214. With that being said, I'm watching what? NVIDIA. Do you give me a wipeout look, NVIDIA? There we go. 1217s. Let's get this moving. Come on. 1219s.
All right. Now, are you going long or short?
I've been long. Success, baby.
Okay. So
400 shares, 1205.
Okay. Got
Looking for the Qs to come down.
I'm going to go ahead and grab some NVIDIA here. And the reason, so usually I like to grab about 50 shares or 100 shares on NVIDIA. The reason I only grab 25 is because, one, I'm already dealing with the debacle of Carvana messing up on me, and I'm taking a loss there. Or I did take a loss earlier, so I got to manage my daily losses. But also because this thing moves so fast, like we kind of talked about it, I want to give myself enough space on the chart for this one to make a move and see if we can go ahead and reclaim the highs again on this one. So a bit of a 2-to-1 trade on NVIDIA. See if we can go ahead and get it. Please comment on MU, Manchester United. Let's see what we've got.
Manchester.
MU is Micron.
Yeah.
Manchester United is Man U.
I don't know. I was joking. But I appreciate that, though, in case someone else in the chat did not know that. You've got $68 here as a clear support level from yesterday and also the pre-market action. You've also got the previous close. So for me, the closer you get it to 68, the better. If it goes ahead and cracks, I would go and get out. On the upside, you got to break $70, which you can see here, right? Resistance, finally popped up, broke down, and then has been resistance once again. New car broke. Well, I thought you meant like, never mind. Yeah, nice little move to the upside. Yeah, there is 568. So let's see. Did it ever get to $5? No, I never got to 5. Just broken, held, and whatnot. So where did I get stopped out on this? I think I got stopped out. Yeah, I should have just held on to the 450s.
Can I get this to go to the dark side today? Is the dark side coming?
Crow, nice call on UCAR. Remember, you were mentioning earlier about how you believe it'll hit $6. Well, you're about 4 cents away. This one may start to get halted, and there is the halt on UCAR.
QBTS busted through 156.
All right, now I want to see if we can get up towards the 1235, take first profits here in success, and start to see the Qs really kind of give up. It's hanging right on VWAP, so it could just VWAP bounce here, right? That could definitely be a possibility. NVIDIA right off the VWAP, right? And so that's what another way of playing it here.
Here's Carvana, new highs, baby. Let's go. Carvana currently trading about 1466. We're looking to sell it around 1490s. Let's see what's going on with NVIDIA in the meanwhile. It's coming around, still hanging out around VWAP. No movement there whatsoever. We will come back, by the way. Just went ahead and sold 2 more contracts. Just got the notification on my Carvana call. So now we've got 2 remaining at the moment. And we'll sell one of them if we can get it to the 1490s. And the other one we will go ahead and sell later on tomorrow in case it wants to make a big old news. Let's go ahead and take a look at AI here as well, as that one has been moving to the upside above VWAP, held at $30 as support. If AI can get to around 3260s or so around VWAP, might be interesting to try that one. But let's go Carvana.
Nice push there. Q's breaking down, getting a nice break at right here. I'm going to take some profit in the account there. Right there, took it at 1233s, took a little bit off there, still got 300 shares, but got myself right back to almost break even with just that 100 shares, and now can really let this expand to try to make a big win here on success. Q's went down fast there. I like Carvana. The short for NVIDIA.
Whole market pulling here, Mitch.
Yeah. I'm about to get stopped out of my NVIDIA here in about 50 cents, 70 cents, give or take. On Carvana, real quick, you had the 1450 that acted as resistance. Now we get to see if it's going to hold on as support or not, as we are right in the action. We're up about $100, so, maybe we should sell, but nah.
I want to see NVIDIA come back towards 388, and then I could risk off of like 389s and go for a short there on NVIDIA. But I got to be very careful with a name like that, right? Because it could be wicked. So I got to give myself a little bit of room, let it come back to 388 versus me just like taking a big trade right here.
Moving my stop loss up on Carvana so that way I'm guaranteed to make $50, but we're aiming to make 176. So let's have this 1450 level that was resistance hold as support, and let's continue going to the upside. The options we purchased at 83 cents are currently trading at about 110 on the ask. And UCAR again halted at 6. We'll see how that one opens up. Now, what could be interesting, matter of fact, I hate how this works on this when it's halted, but I was going to say you could maybe place an order if you really want to risk life on a Thursday. Is this today Thursday? I think today's Thursday. You could place an order at around 551 or so, because again, that was resistance throughout the pre-market session and also here intraday as well. So maybe that can turn into support. You can get a halt down, or not a halt down, but it can get a move down. And my stop on
there we go.
NVIDIA
right
and
higher,
also
baby.
Carvana went ahead and got hits. So we secured $50 on that.
Starting to see the takedowns out there. Just be careful out there, team. I'm going after some shorts, that's for sure.
Let's see where Tesla is. If you're looking to go short, I think a solid opportunity can be Tesla, because one, it's relatively weak, down about 1.5% compared to the market of flat. And you've also got this $200 level that's held so well. So if you want to go short and you're looking for something to kind of attack, keep an eye on Tesla, especially if we can break that 200. By the way, later on today at approximately 11 o'clock, we are going to have Mark, a trader that I've worked with in the past as an affiliate, but also I joined his Discord on Fridays to trade with him. So it'll be nice to kind of have him on. He's got a couple of accounts that he trades, a bigger one, a smaller one, and he likes to sell calls and has those strategies going for it. So if you're interested in that, make sure you stick around. We'll have a conversation with him for about 20, 30 minutes.
All right,
here's Netflix at 400. What's up?
Packaged Foods making a huge move today. HRL, big move up, man. You don't see a stock like this, a packaged food stock, making an 8% move like that. So just wanted to note that we're seeing a good move in packaged foods.
You've got Netflix here at 400 and near VWAP. I'm going to take a crack at it.
Got WLDS here. We're approaching 1030. WLDS, maybe it has the big move here. It took some at 211 in the big account or the main account. See if we get a break here of the high at 218.
Damn.
Some size at 214 if they can take it. Let's see on WLDS.
1235 acting as support right now for success. I'm keeping up with that on the 1 minute.
Test this 214 on WLDS. Let's see what happens here.
Boom. Nice takeout of that 40s.
By the way, just an update for UCAR. Went ahead and unhalted, excuse me, moved to the upside or approximately 650s. Now it's making a move push. There's high day. 670s was tapped. Beautiful move on UCAR. 671s now, high day.
Uranium names moving here.
All right, starting to see a little bit of a pullback here in success. We could see the Qs even come back, so always be careful, right? That's what I always try to stay nimble. We didn't get to the 347 break, so I'm keeping that in mind.
See you later, Joyce. Congratulations on
Take care,
UCAR.
Joyce.
What a great move. Well done. Well done. 5-minute chart has room. Are you saying UCAR has room to zoom?
Let's see what you did there, Zunaid.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I tried. All right, let's take a look at the 5-minute. What I've got, I assume you tell me if I'm wrong, Crow, but you talking about end of April? Here's the thing. If it does have room, I hear you. Where would a solid entry be so that we can have a great idea of a stop loss, right? That's my biggest challenge with moves like this. Thank you. Whoever put that up. It's like, where do I get in and where do I get out in case I'm wrong? Because to me, it was this 550, but it never went ahead and gave us a chance on the retest, right? So that's out. Maybe you can talk about 6 based off of a hold number, but I'd like to have a little bit more than that. That's my one issue with this. Your exit is RSI. Okay, so you're using a different indicator to give you an idea of what's what. And here is 7 approaching on UCAR.
Want to see the Qs make another leg down through that 347 kind of 18 area. Going through 347 here will give me a really big win. So I'm trying to stick around on success. But if it starts to come back up through 347.50s, that's where I might just take my money and run. Because we could be in a chop game all day today. Yeah, I'm seeing it starting to make a move. I'm taking the money. Boom. Just took the money. Just took the money off success. 300 shares out there, and it's like about $100 trade. We lost about 30 earlier. I'm up 67. Let's keep things moving.
Good stuff here today, Mitch.
One thing is, I'm just trying to stay focused. You guys
Here comes
probably
WLDS,
even hear it in my voice.
WLDS.
Nice,
going for
Ryan.
the highs here. Let's see if it actually breaks through. Need it to go through that 218 here. Come on. There's 219 new highs. Let's see 220. Feel like there might be a bigger move coming here, but we'll see. I'm not going to let this go red now, even if it's just a small gain.
The Qs is
219
chopping.
size and then 220 size. We'll see if WLDS takes it out here.
The Qs with a little bit of some chop action. Wouldn't you know it? All right, just try to keep the accounts going, right? That's what I'm trying to do. Not doing too bad on that trade the pool account. Of course, I talk a lot more about that on Start Swing Trade. So you guys want to talk some prop account talk? Come on over.
All right, here's
359 on that account. Not too bad.
if you want a VWAP test on Tesla to go short, here's your opportunity, as it is currently bumping heads against 201.80s, and you've got VWAP right there.
Wearable devices.
Also...
I like the chart there on wearable devices. You got 3 pushes towards these levels, 3 drives. I think this is like kind of that 4th hurrah kind of drive, trying to make it.
Where's my NVIDIA, man? Where's my NVIDIA? There it is.
Jeez, right back above VWAP.
If NVIDIA can get above VWAP in base, I'd be interested in that one. Let's go ahead and take back at UCAR as I
took WLDS off. It'll probably go now, just because that's the way things have been going. Bid there at 214 on WLDS. Looks like this one's higher.
I'm going to go do some Slack work, put one of y'all's charts up. I'll be right back.
No worry. I'm looking for pullbacks here. Mara seems interesting for me. I don't have too many day trades in a small account, but I might take a day trade on that. If the Qs can go higher.
There goes
nice little push to
WLDS.
995.
Oh, man.
It's all good, man.
Oh, this has not been my week, folks. This has not been my week. Holy cow.
Because you missed a trade, or?
I exited right before the move that I had been waiting for because it was dancing around, and I've just not good. Not good. Identifying the right stocks, not trading them correctly.
Hey, it happens to the best of us, man. All we can do is try to learn from our mistakes, right? What is in our process that can help us?
There goes WLDS. Congrats, everyone.
Don't try to find the answers. Try to ask the right questions. That's what it's about. If we can ask ourselves the right questions, we can figure things out. Success trying to go higher through the 1235 here. If I wanted to, I can go SQQQs off VWAP here, which is a 23 entry for a move back up above 2320s, but not doing that right now. Just sticking to the sidelines to see what happens in the Qs, because really the Qs haven't chosen a direction today. It's just been a chop game. We've gone down below 347. We went up there to 348.75, back down to 347.25, and we're just playing this chop.
I'm back in Carvana after we took gains. I'm going to come back in here at 1402. See if we can go ahead and hold. Stop loss is going to be 1377s.
Boy, be getting them gains, boy.
I need to hit the gym, bro. I've gained like 15 pounds in the past 2 months. We need to get back at it.
You need to get back in it, man. That's all it is. Just get back at it, right?
Easier said than done.
That is true, my friend.
All right, let's see what's going on with the markets. You've got the SPY still holding on to VWAP and also above the previous close, trading at currently 418.04. Let's see what's going on with Meta. We haven't talked about that one in a minute. Basing above the 369, and you've got VWAP there as well. Netflix holding on for dear life. I'm probably going to go ahead and take a stop out here in a moment. UCAR looking to breach 7 again. High of days approximately 716.
All right, guys, smash the like out there, team. How we doing?
You've got Tesla again, that VWAP and that trend line that we drew, a short-term one. Crayon drawing.
All right, Q's back above VWAP here. This is when I'm going to start looking at stocks to maybe take a little bit of a long action. I've been playing short for now. Now looking at maybe Mara on the long side here. And I have to stick to a really tight kind of reward to risk here. Risk to reward, whichever way you want to say it.
Bear Cave report out on Palantir, ticker PLTR. This is a stock jabber yesterday saying that they were going to release a Bear Cave report on a faux AI name. Palantir is the name. Looks like that traded down here.
Go ahead and pull Palantir up. Here it is. To the downside we go. Now testing VWAP.
Where's this at on the daily action? Ooh, topping action right off the top here on 1470s. So that's going to be my risk here. I'm looking at it for short.
Let's see if this is an opportunity to go short. Right above.
I'm trying it, guys. I just got short there at 1453.
Nice. Samesies.
Try and short Palantir on the prop account with a catalyst attached to it. And the Q's going down. So the Q's go lower. I think that will help me in the trade. Let's see what happens. Also keeping an eye on Mara. I do like that chart. I don't want to take the eyes completely away from that. Mara still doesn't look too bad. Palantir bouncing already. Definitely not going to let it go through 1475s. Let's see if Edwin Dorsey can knock it down. The Bear Cave, baby. One thing is I'm also going after this. This stock has been on a huge run lately, right? So that's another thing to think about. Mara still looks interesting also for upside, especially if the Q's make an upside move.
I saw a big move down here in Goldman Sachs. Who was this here? Let me find your comment. Saying, what just happened to Goldman Sachs? We have news here. Goldman Sachs President Waldron says it will be a softer quarter for markets business. This was 10:31 in the morning, Bernstein's 39th Annual Strategic Decisions Conference. This looks like this was your news post here on Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs trading down here, down 2%. Nice little spike down there on Goldman Sachs.
All right, interesting chart. Of course, we'll see what happens with the Qs here, but I can show you guys that Mara, and you can see how the VWAP's right here. It's tried to make plenty of daily moves higher. I don't know how Bitcoin's doing today, but look at this daily chart. It just looks interesting for me, especially even maybe for just a swing. So I might take this in the swing trade account, but the Qs are just heavy right now. It's hard for me to go long when the Qs are just staying around. But this right at VWAP, it could always just make a quick move up. And Palantir now back below the VWAP. I kind of like how it went up and then now back below the VWAP. The VWAP is 1457 for me. So we're going to look to see if that can start to hold and we come down through 1425s.
So who was it? That was a funny comment. Raz, what's PayPal doing above 62? That's hilarious.
There's the Qs right back up, right? And so that's where we got to be careful, because if the Qs squeeze higher, I think Palantir can also go higher. So we got to be careful in that case.
I'm going to try
Mara is
some.
Interesting.
I'm going to try some micro E-minis on the S&P 500 /MES if you're trading this on a couple of different platforms. And what did I just get filled on? Ooh, our limit price on Carvana just went ahead and got filled. So yay us. Quick little bounce from $14. Let's show why we took that trade. So here it is. You had the VWAP and you also had the whole number. I liked it. We got in with 200 shares. We got out $50 there. And we still have our contracts that we also went ahead and re-added. I've got an average price of 81 cents on my contracts on the Carvana. $14 calls expiring tomorrow.
Q's trying to perk here. It's at 348. Trying to perk up. NVIDIA trying to perk. It's right back at the VWAP, right back above VWAP. You see how the Qs are starting to prop here. So Mara's on my radar for upside action. Still in the Palantir short.
I'm going to get out of the Palantir short here just because I got a couple of things I'm taking a look at to go long, including Netflix, which I'm already long 25 shares, but I'm looking to go a little bit more than that if we can go ahead and reclaim 400, which is going to be tough because you've got VWAP and the whole number there. The same reason we took Carvana could now be a reason that we have some struggles of getting over on Netflix. But if the market can participate and continue its move to the upside, well, you'll see a nice little push on Netflix, which is relatively strong at the moment, along with our bestie NVIDIA, which has popped up above VWAP, and it's going to close there. So now if we can go ahead and get a fill. Something just got filled. I don't know what it was. I have to check in a minute. We're going to try to get some NVIDIA here at 387.68. And here's Netflix at above 400. And SDA is halted as well. Carvana, by the way, nice little move towards the 1450s. Let's go. Can we go ahead and push it one more time? And our calls are up from 81 cents to $1 once again.
Trying to determine if I want Mara here. It's about a 10-cent risk for a 25-cent reward here. Just got to determine if that's enough for me. Sticking on the sidelines for now. It looks good. It's just more along, do I want to take it here? And is it the right risk to reward? Qs are going higher, so that's what leans me more to going for that Mara. And I can't blame you for cutting Palantir early than going after Mara.
UCAR no longer halted.
Or going after different names.
Opened up at 7. Oh my goodness. Here is UCAR. Now breaching 780s to the upside. Here, matter of fact, this could be a fun one to do a 1 second chart on. Let's see. Let's see if we can draw a little trend line, shall we?
Looks at 1 second chart right quick.
Right there. Look at that. Oh, is it going to... Oh, holding on. It's holding on. No. The trend line has been broken. $8 though. Clear resistance on UCAR.
Not liking the action right now. Might get stopped out here in Palantir. Q's going higher. I do like that action there for Mara now to go higher, but I'm still stuck in this Palantir trade, so I'm going to focus on that first.
UCAR breaking 850s. This is fun. What a move on UCAR. Stopped us out and then said, now I shall zoom to the upside. By the way, MES, we went ahead and got those at, what was that, 41? Where's my average price here? 41.91. Now we're at about 41.98. So I'm going to go ahead and sell the contracts. I had 3. Now I'm going to go ahead and sell 2. I'm going to keep 1. And we'll just let this puppy ride. Stop loss is going to be break even for me on this one. As we go ahead and break 4,200. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Tesla to the upside. All right, let's get out of this 1 second chart because it's getting a little wonky for me.
Mara already starting to make a move back above VWAP. I still like that. I'm just sticking to the sideline right now because I'm in this Palantir. All right, so I'm going to set a stop limit here so I can focus on a different stock. So now I can just go ahead and focus on Mara. If it does get above 1480, it'll stop me out there on Palantir. The Qs come right back through the highs, and then, of course, what do you see? A big wick. It's like, holy crap, we can't keep the strength right now, but let's see if we can keep it going.
Here's NVIDIA trying to break 389s. Let's see where Netflix is. $460. Let's see. That's
nice looking chart there on Mara. I'm already missing that move, so I'm going to leave it alone. There's another move that I'm looking at to see if we keep going higher. I like Chewy higher here, so I'm going to take a look at that one. Oh my god.
Thank you, Walter. I appreciate it.
Stopped out on Palantir and risked a pretty significant amount on that one. So lost 84 on that. So I'm actually down 20 on the day, even though I had that really good trade on Success. I think I went a little bit too big too quickly in Palantir, and that happens, team.
Will the Qs go ahead and tag 350s? That's the question. 80 cents away from that currently. Netflix. Currently right above 400.
Palantir went right back up towards that 1480s. So daily highs were kind of there at the 1478s. Could wick there and still come down, but it was just too much. Tried to do that catalyst type of trade. You can see it didn't work out for me today.
Car, by the way, I know we had covered it quite a bit. 857 halted to the upside, just a power move. And so, Crow, you talked about, hey, there's resist, there's an opportunity for you to play it till the, what was it? Where would we call this one? It was around 887. So this is kind of the exact area right here that we had said, hey, keep an eye on resistance. So we're about 30 cents away from that one. It'll be interesting to see if it unhalts, taps 9, and then comes back down or not. I've got zero clue. I don't have any trades on in this one, so it doesn't really matter to me what happens. What matters to me is how Carvana continues to behave, as we do have options still in this one here. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Q's showing a little bit of some topping, but it could still kind of make the move.
All right, let's go ahead and sell 2 of these.
Looking at Chewy, this might be my, I have like 2 strikes on the day. I have 1 win. Need to try to get back into the green. This might be my attempt on Chewy.
Zunaid, am I in TSM? No, I am not in TSM. We had gotten stopped out of TSM. Here is Carvana looking to make new high a day. Come
All right,
on, baby.
long on that Chewy. Got long at 36.25s. We're up towards 34s. Going to look to see if this can get moving.
There's Chewy for you, looking to get right above VWAP. But let's go back to CVNA Carvana. I'm going to actually go ahead and sell 2 of the 4 contracts we have on Carvana here. Sold at 110. So average price was 81. We're out at 110.
Q's trying to push.
I love charting options. Not because I chart them like in patterns, but just because it's easy to use the ladder to go ahead and get in and out of them. And
nice little bonus.
Yeah, 30 cents away from that 350 tag.
So now you should probably see Soxtel just taking off there, and you can see how it reversed off the 21, now pushing to 21.55. Intel had started to come down. That's one that I'd keep an eye out for. It's right back to VWAP, 31.45. Did it get to 31s? Ooh, 31.08 today. I wanted below 31s. It didn't get below 31s. It could already start to push, though.
Carvana new highs.
Say less. Say less. Tagged 15 and smack down we go. Does Warren Buffett trade penny stocks? Apple is a penny stock to the amount of money he has.
Absolutely not. He doesn't. He's a buy and hold guy. He doesn't waste his time with this stuff.
Oh, man. Double bottom on DIS. Disney. Most, I mean, look at how well 87 was holding on at support, right? I mean, 87 support. Couldn't even get down to tested, but 12 cents support, 7 cents support. So, yeah, well played on that one. Netflix, by the way, let's go ahead and clear things up here a little bit. We're in this trade at 400, looking to sell at 402.06 if we can. Currently above VWAP. I like that. I am going to move my stop loss up just to eliminate some risk. So we'll lose $10 if we're wrong. I'm okay with that. And UCAR unhalted, went ahead and tagged 973s. Now, this is just crazy. I hope a lot of y'all are making money on this one. And just for attention sakes, here's where we went ahead and purchased 300 shares at 506. And then we got stopped out on this candle at 476. It went as low as 459s. And then it came right back up. And then it said, bye-bye. Just said bye-bye. I mean, I wouldn't have held 300 shares like this anyway, but sad.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Chewy's up there at 36, almost 40. I got 36.25s. I'm in the green. I'm just sitting here to see if it can make a push above the VWAP. That's what I want to see. But for right now, it's just hanging out there, just propping.
You've got the MES currently testing 200s as it did break. I am going to have my stop loss on that one contract that I have go right below at 41.99 on the MES. So here it is. It's on another platform, but currently testing this. So as soon as it breaches this 41.99 to the downside, we're going to get stopped out of my remaining contract on the MES. Apple 179. How did I miss that? I don't know how you missed it, but now you know. Let's see. Ooh, but here's the thing. Look at that resistance at that 179.37.
Getting a little bit of a pullback here on Chewy. It's not looking good. Quick pullback. Wanted to hold around here, the 36.20s. Back into the 21s here.
PLTR, let's keep an eye on 15. Amen to that, man. Yeah, Palantir can break 15. That could be fun. For sure. For sure.
When that report was released, it basically pulled Palantir back to the VWAP. I know we overshot it a little bit, but I mean, that all happened within a 3-minute span. It basically came back into the VWAP or 1450 and then bounced from there. 15 definitely seems possible.
Boom, boom, boom. Carvana. We'll have our guest on in about 5 minutes, and then we'll trade some more for about 30 minutes. So you get a little bit of bonus action. You get a little bit of bonus action. We're going to talk to Mark.
Smash up the likes, guys. Let's see if we can get it. Can we get it to 200 today? Come on.
And if you all do want some traders where you're like, hey, I'd love to see this person come on, or if you have relationships with somebody and they want to go ahead and hop on the show, obviously, you know, we're going to vet them a little bit just to make sure we put on good quality stuff for y'all here. Feel free to email me at Zunaid@benzinga.com. You can reach out to Mitch, Ryan as well, because we are working, at least on my side, working with affiliates to kind of have them hop on the show as well, give them a little bit of visibility. Are we playing Palantir calls? No, but if it breaks 15, I might just go ahead and hop on some. Speaking of 15, Carvana tagged it, came back down, looking to break it, 16 cents away. Our calls that we purchased at 81 are currently at 120 on the bid. That's what we like to see. I think I only have 2 contracts remaining, though. Let me see. Yep, only have 2 contracts remaining.
Okay, get a nice little push here, and Chewy wants to hold VWAP, but need to start really kind of pushing higher here. Close green above 3650s is looking good. VWAP is 3636. Looking for that to start holding here. And I want the Qs to go higher again. Let's get this market up. The market comes up, we'll be looking good. SPY is actually quite strong. That's interesting to see. SPY really strong there. Staying in the trade right now, just being patient. I could run to profits and then just get myself slightly into the green, but what is that really going to do? I'm looking to take a swing, right? And I'm going to keep the risk in mind, but let's see what happens. All right, now I do want to take a second. Of course, you guys see this platform that we've been using. Of course, so we've been doing the small account. Didn't have a bad month overall, guys. About 12.87% for the month. You guys can see that chart there. Not looking too bad. Keeping the profit to loss ratio in mind. And of course, you guys can scan the QR code if you guys want to learn the QR code. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about Moomoo, check it out. You guys can get up to 20 free stocks right now, exclusive for Benzinga Pro. Check it out, guys. Deposit today and get some free stocks.
Carvana, 8 cents away, 5 cents away from 15. One more time. Are we going to break it? Are we going to break it?
I'm at 3650s almost here. There you go. Now we're in the 55s. Now looking good there.
Oops, my mouse just went away. Come back, mouse. All right, 15 has been broken on Carvana. So the 2 contracts that I had, I'm going to go ahead and sell one of them because that was part of my game plan. If I can just get my cursor back. There it is. All right, sold at 132. Now we have 1 contract left on Carvana, $14 calls that expire tomorrow. Let's see how crazy things get. Stop loss on this for me is going to be at break even, which is 81 cents.
It's just not getting the move today, guys. It just seems like Chewy doesn't want to hold here. And then now the Qs look a little heavy. Got to be careful here if things do turn around on me.
Look at the move on you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the move on you. Unity.
I talked about that one yesterday. It was pretty strong. I was looking for a strong day today, but wasn't able to play it. There's a nice push there for Chewy now towards 58s. Can I get it through there? Can I get the Qs to continue? 5-minute closing looks good here. As we start to close the candle, we opened it up higher.
Was there news on you? Who asked that question? Smoke Tuna, because you've got some volume that comes in at approximately 1040. So I'm just curious if there's some news. By the way, UCAR no longer halted, so that fun fest is continuing. Tapped 8. I wouldn't trade this one personally until it got to about $6, and then maybe you get a bounce to like 657, whatever the case may be. But besides,
glad we talked about Carvana.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's taking a little bit of profit. Taking a little bit of profit there.
Say again.
You had gone on mute, so
I went on mute. I'm sorry. I'm glad we talked about Carvana's short interest before today, saying it could squeeze. I think that's what we're seeing here. You're seeing some big pulls that made it difficult to trade. There might have been some fill issues too. Who knows? But to me, this definitely feels squeezy here.
Yep. Let's squeeze then.
Let's squeeze then, baby. All right, let's squeeze. Let's see Chewy make that move. Now I'm getting a nice little lift there. The 3670s already took some off there. Took 100 off there. Now at 3680s here. Gonna probably take another 100 if we get into 3690s, almost a 37 there.
See you, Carmen. Thank you for joining us again.
Take care, Carmen. Really appreciate all of your participation.
All right, guys, a little pullback there. So I'm going to take some profits here in the 72 area. So it just took a little bit more. Now still have the 3625s up about 60 on the day. And this is good because I'm battling, right? And I think that that's the important thing, is learning how to battle with the prop and using the size almost to help me a little bit and stay in the battle. Now I can let this trade just completely work up there, maybe towards a past 37, towards 37.25 or 37.50.
All right, and again, in just a couple of minutes, we'll have my man Mark on, and we'll trade some
Mark.
Obviously, Mitch and Ryan, y'all are more than welcome to hang around if you'd like. I know you all have other things to prepare on the Benzinga side, but
yeah,
if you'd like, please do stick around.
Yeah, I might be in the background doing a little trading, especially if I'm still in this trade. So
yeah, especially if you want to hop on, say some things, feel free to. But for now, let's see. Man, this mouse just keeps disconnected sometimes.
Q's trying to pull back now. That's where it gets a little bit like, okay, if I see this pull back, do I stay in the Chewy trade? Because there is resistance here in the 80s.
Carvana currently just a few pennies below 15s. The Qs could not quite get to 350. I think I missed it by about 16 cents or so. 17 cents. My apologies to lie to you. I'd be interested in buying around here on the Qs if we do go ahead and come back and test it, especially if VWAP is around this area as well. Like if this, is there a drawing thing on Thinkorswim that I can play with? I don't know. But if this VWAP that you see here can end up being around there on that trend line, I'd be interested in buying the Qs. But till then, it's a wait and see moment.
Trying to get to the 37s here on Chewy. It's battling in the 80s here. There's a resistance in like the 84 that it can't get through right now. But the Qs just propped, gave me a hammer on the 1 minute. Let's see if we can get some momentum to the upside. Can we continue higher? Man, Nvidia has been strong all day too. That's not a bad move there. All right, got to catch up with the Slack action. What's going on out there, team?
Yeah, well, you respond to me, man. Respond to me.
You know how much I got going on?
You know what? I'm important, so forget everybody else.
No, what I really need, Zunaid, is I need a second computer. That's what I realized. I need like Ryan set up.
Yeah, you need 2 computers set up.
That's awesome. Right. Well, so Ryan, you have that for streaming, right? Like I've actually got one right behind this monitor that that might be something I might do. Go Nuggets. Oh yeah, today's game 1.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight.
I forgot today was game 1. Let's go. All right, we'll get going here in a minute with my man Mark.
All right, looking to see if I can get Chewy a little bit higher. It's definitely struggling here. Pulled back to the 9 EMA, then held it. So I'm looking to see if that 9 EMA can hold. Anything below 9 EMA closing, I'm going to get out of the Chewy trade. I'm trying to ride it higher. But of course, we can only get what the market gives us. Go Nuggets. Oh, man, bro just wants to get hit, bro. Nah, I'm just playing. I actually like the Nuggets, and that's going to be hard. I actually got like a Murray jersey in the closet. So do I pull out the Murray jersey or do I just say, no, only Heat, baby?
I like the Heat, and what they've done is really impressive, but I think they get their doors blown off by the Nuggets in this series. I don't even think it's particularly close.
Brian, that's where I think it's going to be a little bit more surprising. The Heat always have the best coaching, at least I feel.
I do too.
With that being said,
who's the best?
They'll figure out a way to make it to where either Jokic, I think, has to score 60 or 70 a night, or they can shut down everybody else. The key is, can they shut down Murray, though? That's going to be the
thing. I think you're going to get 60 from Jokic and Murray no matter what.
Hey, there you see it, my man.
30 apiece.
All right.
I think as long as they score 60 between those 2 players, Miami has 0% chance.
I'm going to review this just because we're on video.
Taking my money.
Trade Station. Take a look at this later.
Stay focused. Have a good one, man.
See you, pal.
All right, guys. I do want to show you guys a little bit something right quick here. Just, I've been trying to be a little bit more transparent here with this prop account. There you guys see it, up about 88. Just got out there and Chewy. I tried to respect what I said. I saw the Qs come down. I saw the 9 EMA give up. I'm out. I'll take the money and run, right? And now just keep battling on the day. That's what it's about, especially in a prop account for me. It's not going to be about trying to make one trade make it or one trade break me, right? Let's focus on that. I lost big on Palantir today, and I pushed it a little bit, learning from that and trying to keep forward.
All right, y'all. I want to go and bring on Mark. Did you two want to hang out with us?
I have to get out of here. Take care, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'll at least stay on while you bring him on, and then I'm going to let you run with him, and then I'll probably hop in the background. If I do take another trade, I'll let you guys know. But right now, I'm just going to drink a little orange juice, review my emails, and see what I got out there. But definitely smash the like, team. Catch me a little bit later today. Start swing trade. We've been talking about the prop account. We've been talking about doing some swings. I have been taking some swings. I'm even looking at an Intel swing right now. If the Qs can push higher here, I might take it. All right, that's going to bring down my chart there, and then we'll go ahead and we can bring on our trader of the day today. Who you got, Zunaid?
I've got Mark. Mark, before I give you on, just give me a thumbs up so that way I know you are ready to go. Awesome. Let's go ahead and bring on my man, Mark. Mark, how's it going?
What's up, guys? Good morning. How you doing, Z?
Doing well. Happy belated birthday. It was Mark's birthday yesterday, so happy belated birthday, pal.
Yeah, man.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, so we have final. I heard you guys. I was eavesdropping in the background there. We do have final. We do have finals week, man. We got the Heat and the Panthers in both the Stanley Cup finals and
the Rats. The Rats.
The Rats are here, man. They're here to stay.
I want you to, Mark. I want you to meet Mitch. Mitch is a buddy of mine. We trade together here. He's a big Heat fan.
All right.
Obviously, I know who he's going for. Before we get to trading, though, Mark, who are you going for?
I'm going for the Panthers and the Heat, baby. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Look at that. Y'all can become best friends. Mark, I know we talked about it yesterday, but if you'd like, feel free to share your charts. If you want to trade your charting or your platform, whatever it is, just be mindful not to have your account information up there. But yeah, let me know if you want to go ahead and share. You can see a share button on the bottom. You should be able to see it.
I got it. I'm going to throw my
yeah, if you got trading view
you can do
or whatever you want,
you can do a window or full screen. You'll have first selection window, and then you'll have full screen selection, also top right tab.
While you're doing that,
I think I have to switch up my main screen. Just hang on.
No worries, Mark. Take a second there. Now, I did want to mention to the chat, we did get a comment here. Have the live chat for tomorrow. Yeah, we'll keep it going, team. I know this stream's going to keep going for a little bit longer, but I'll make sure that I have that stream ready for you guys. I'll throw it up in the chat. I'm going to bounce out. I'll take a look into your interview. Really looking forward to hearing a little bit more about your trading action, Mark. So
awesome, man.
Go Heat, go Panthers, baby.
Go Heat, go Panthers. That's right. Yeah, let me just pop up here, Z.
While you're doing that, no, you're good, man. Take your time. So, by the way, we've got AMD. Wait, let me make sure something. AMD 119 area is what I've got for resistance. So we can go ahead and pop above that. That could be a fun spot to play it. Let's see what the 15-minute looks like on it, as it's currently trying to get above VWAP. You've also got some bullish flow coming into the market as well. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Let me go ahead and see what we've got. Looks like you've got some AMD coming in on the ask. They're purchasing the 120 calls. Ooh, the 120 on AMD. That could be interesting. Let me see if I can get some action on that.
Okay,
on AMD.
Put my trading view up there. Okay, we're good to go.
You're good? You want me to share that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is your account information or anything?
No, I have it all
good. All right, perfect. Yep. Let's go ahead and bring up your charts, man. So tell me what you want to take a look at here.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head, man. I think we're looking at AMD for this, and I've been keeping an eye all morning on Chewy and Carvana, who have been up to a hot start. Also, CrowdStrike. I've entered some calls on CrowdStrike at the beginning of the day, although we have seen some pullback. Am I sharing the right screen? That's the question.
I think, yeah, probably not, because all we see is the AMD on trading view itself. I'll pull back my charts here in case you want to go ahead and try yours. But yeah, AMD above VWAP at the moment, waiting for this 10 to 15-minute candle to close, and we can go ahead and actually grab a couple more shares. Currently in with 100, stop loss 117.66. Speaking of Carvana, though, there it is, trying to break above 15 one more time. High of days currently it's currently about 15.21 or so. And there's UCAR looking to break the 887 to the upside. Apple still hanging out around that 179 area, as it does have resistance at that 179.37 that we talked about for the past few days.
Yeah, Apple's been holding steady, right? I mean, this is the right now we do have a little bit of a tech tug of war going on between Apple and Facebook. Apple will have their tech day coming up shortly. They'll be presenting their new AI visual acuity tool. Apparently big advances in that particular area. And of course, here we have Mark Zuckerberg, who always loves to scoop Apple, comes in today and jumps on that bandwagon, trying to present an even better version at a cheaper price. So the price tag for this visual is going to be around $4,000 from Apple. I think we're coming in at about half from Facebook. But the thing is about this is that even with the technology now, it's like looking through a screen, right? So if you ever have a screen on your window, looking through a dirty window on a screen, that's what it looks like when you put these tools up to your face. So we're not quite ready to enter Ready Player One, but it looks like that's where the tech giants are going for. And Facebook and Apple are going at it. I do see a little resistance here on Apple around the 179.07 mark. We would need to get back over that before I consider taking some puts. The one thing that's a little, I guess, keeping my mouth dry today is the Qs are lagging. They're not really pumping at all. We had that one nice candle on that 10-minute up to that 349.66 mark, and we never got back up to the 350 mark. And I think we're going to probably chop for the rest of the day there. Again, right? I mean, people would think we would be flying because the debt ceiling did pass its first phases. And here we are. It's just yet another choppy day. But we did make some good money this morning off SPX. We did take some calls on SPX at a pretty decent level right there at volume point of control. We did enter 4,200 calls on that, and we did go just 1 penny in the money on those. So we took some nice profits there. I'm pretty much done for the day trading, but I do want to take something with you. So if you see anything, please don't hesitate to shout it out there.
Well, so let's talk about this, right? When you kind of start the day, how are you kind of figuring out, hey, these are the stocks that I want to go ahead and trade, right? By the way, AMD coming up about right testing VWAP around 118s from the upside. But yeah, well, how do you kind of start your day in terms of, hey, these are the stocks I want to focus on, and then move forward?
Right. So I have my S&P 500 always charted to my right, and then I have the 3X trading stocks that we like to frequent. To be honest, my strategy is a little bit different because it starts a lot further back in the past than where we're at today, right? A lot of the preparation to what has happened in the market over the last couple of weeks or couple of months has actually been spearheaded from almost 12 to 16 months ago. And when we did have a nice pullback and we were in a bearish situation across the board, for me, it's time to start selling cash secured puts, to start bringing capital into the account to trade on the more aggressive stuff, right? I mean, you could kind of set your clock to the way that things went over the last 2 years, right? We had that big move up in the NASDAQ and then another big move down in the NASDAQ. And now it's the NASDAQ is taking precedent again, where you're seeing the semiconductors pull the index up. And I mean, that you really could set your clock. Another big thing that we like to trade is the 3-time bullish and bearish indicators, SOXL, the Tesla indicator. We love trading that stuff because if you can catch the trends, the profit and the risk is just it's just easy pickings, right? I mean, a lot of the industry has moved to the 0-day expiration type of posture. And I got no problem with that. The only issue for an old school trader like me, I grew up in commodities. I grew up around leverage. You're not going to get there if you're not taking care of the long term, if you're not taking care of the back end, right? That's what seeds the risk. If you have dividends coming in, if you're able to understand how to wheel a stock, you can make money off a stock for months and months and months before you even pick up a single share of it, which is fantastic.
Real quick. I'm going to interrupt you here. I've got WYNN, ticker WYNN. The $100 calls are coming in on the ask right now. Expiring July 21st of this year, approximately $1.3 million worth on ticker WYNN. You know, big money's at play here, right? They started purchasing these at about $4.62. Now it's gone up to about $4.70 on the ask. What are you seeing in WYNN, if anything, to kind of help set you up with a trade here, knowing that about $1 million just came in July?
Well, I do like its trend at the moment, right? So we did take it down a little bit here. So, what we could do, considering the stock has performed favorably well, it is coming down a little bit. And I would expect it to make a higher low from past market movement and momentum, right? So I do like where it's trading right now. We could create a stop on the options right around lower view up at 96.15. And if we did want to take shares, you could take a tight stop at about 96.61, 95.20 on that stop for shares. So I do like it. I'm going to take this trade with you.
All right, so let's see. So let's here. I'll put up my charts, and then you kind of help me out here. So if we're gonna go ahead and take this trade, where would your stop loss be? And I've got the wrong. Actually, no, I do have the right ticker here. Where would your stop loss be on this one? While I pull it up on my other platform to buy it here.
On shares, we're going to take a 95.20 stop.
95.20 is what it is for you. Okay, let's go
Yep.
ahead and bring up the 15-minute here. So I've got a couple hundred shares. This is more of a day trade for me because here's what I'm quote unquote hoping, right? Is you and I just talked about it, which means other people are also looking at it, which means people are going to possibly post about it on Twitter and then kind of create that frenzy. Now, WIN is not like a sexy ticker that everyone likes to trade all the time. So I don't know if we'll get that buying frenzy like we do see on Carvana, which is looking to make high day, which, by the way, NVIDIA did make high day. So thank you for calling that outflow. But that's what I'm hoping for, is like a quick little push on WIN, because everyone is going to start talking about the $1 million flow that just came in.
Right. So you're talking about the July what strike?
Yeah. So what I'm seeing is the July 21st, $100 on the dot. So $100 strike is
okay. We have those trading at 470. I'm going to put a 465 fill for those, and I'm going to take 2 of them and stick with my 246 process.
What's that process? Tell me about that.
The 246 process is I know what my risk is going to be on something like this. I'm not going to go over $3,000 on something that's just over 30 days, right? I don't want to go that much. So 3 options is going to get me to about $1,000. That allows me 2 options gets me to about $1,000. That's going to allow me to do 2 purchases. So I'm going to allow this to fall a little bit and give myself a little bit of a cushion on it. Considering we have time, I will take up to 3 DCAs if price action can remain stable, right? The worst thing about an option trade is you get into an option trade, you end up being right, and either you get out of it too soon or you get too dramatic with the stop, right? You get stopped out too quickly, and then you don't have the time. We have time on this trade. We're only taking a starter position at 2 options. This is not something that I'm going to expect to be in any longer than a week or 2 at most. And if we can get out of it today, that's even better. But I like to think a little bit ahead. So if we did, for instance, come down to $4 per option, as long as the price action was there, I would take another 2. If we stayed stable on that price action, I would maybe jump in. I would jump in with the full 6. So what I'm willing to commit to this is 6 options. That's it.
Gotcha. Now, are you going to sell anything against it, like a call spread, or not? Just kind of hold on.
Not right now. I'm going to stick with this. I am going to stick with this. Right at this moment, we'll just see where it's at. I do like the momentum in the market right now. I do like where WIN is trading, and we have been making some money off this over the last couple of weeks on the upside. So we were expecting a pullback. We got the pullback, and if you do join the 3X Discord, you can see that stuff. Tag Trades loves that. We are having somewhat of a difficulty here on the 10-minute getting above that upper VWAP, but we are well within the middle of a supply and demand zone here. So I like where we're at. It formed a very nice bottom there at 95.20. So, and we are moving higher now. We're up 20 cents since that purchase. So good stuff.
Yep. Yes, we are. And let's talk about in AMD, as that one, we're up as well, about 50 cents in the money. We purchased this at 118.45, currently approaching resistance of 119.15. Usually I'd like to go ahead and sell it into this resistance, but I'm going to be greedy since we're hanging out for about another 14 minutes and see if we can break the 119 resistance area at the moment. You've also got Carvana that's making new high day. Are you in this one?
Yeah, I was in it this morning. I'm out of it already, but I'm still obviously watching it. This is moving hard.
Yeah, this is a nice little move here. By the way, chat, I know we have 1 contract remaining on the Carvana $14 calls. We purchased it at, looks like my trade average now is 80 cents. And we're currently trading about $1.52, but we're going to hold on to this and see how this wants to get crazy. Maybe in the after hours, it'll hit something bananas. Who knows? So we're going to hold on to the 1 contract that we have. What's up?
To my dog CrowdStrike. Oh my God. I love this stock. You want to talk about an overreaction yesterday to earnings between CRM and CrowdStrike. This baby is pushing today. I've almost completely filled that gap from yesterday's debacle at earnings. And here's the funny thing about it, right? The CEO was being honest, which you don't really see too much nowadays with the earnings, right? He came out and he said, look, we're going to have some guidance issues. That's just the problem. He could have mentioned AI. He could have mentioned all the things that every other big tech firm is mentioning during earnings to pump it up. We could have had, but they beat across the board. They beat on earnings per share and revenue. They're really moving straight. I thought that was an easy layup this morning with that particular trade, CrowdStrike, and also we took some target puts out the gate as well. Although I do think that we might be kind of approaching that end of all that kind of stuff, right? We just have to question of when is it going to be a good time to consider Target, Budweiser, Disney, Lululemon, all those woke stocks that are kind of getting the short end of the stick. I don't really like to subscribe to any of that political stuff. I'm just looking for buying opportunities in this.
Right.
If I can find a bottom here, then that's going to be great for us.
Well, you've got the Qs that just popped up above 350. We'll see if that one ends up stabilizing and consolidating above that 350, as you've got AMD also breaking 119, but we're waiting for it to breach the resistance of the intraday action at 119.15. And here's a win, 96.90, still hanging out around VWAP, hasn't really made a true move to give us any gains. Let's see what we've got. So you're filled on your wins, right? Because it came down a little bit.
Yep. So let's see. I am. Let's see where we're at on win. I am not filled.
You're not filled.
Oh
yet.
no!
Okay.
Wait. Oh, hold on. Wrong count. Yep, I'm filled.
Okay, gotcha. And your average price
filled
is
465. I got market at 470.
There you go. All right, and by the way, chat, that one contract that I had remaining on my MES trade here, matter of fact, let me go ahead and quickly just... So here's the one contract that I had remaining on my MES. We're going to go ahead and close that one out there. Flat. There you go. That one's out. And then on... Here we go. We still have this one contract remaining on our Carvana trade that we took. So we still have one remaining. Average, you can see here so far, we purchased these around 82. Average sells about 114. And we're still going to hold on to this one single contract with break even being approximately, oops, not that. I only have one remaining right there. So that's what we'll keep it on that. And then let's go ahead and get back to some trading view action. Is there anything else you're keeping an eye on in terms of what next trade you want to take, as AMD did break resistance but can't hold on?
You know what? I'm looking at Lyft. I got to be honest with you. And I've been in Lyft since $7 and change, but I want to see if we're going to continue to move higher here. My target is $9.49 on Lyft. I don't know whether we get it there today or not. I'm not huge. My first answer is never a day trade, right? I always think to myself, well, look, if I can get it in today, that's great. The only time I'm going to day trade is if I'm buying an option contract that's less than 30 days, right? That's going to be something I'm going to take a day trade on. If I'm looking at something like this, I'm thinking of leaps on Lyft, because I do think that they have bottomed out. They have had some great price action since kind of hitting that 790 mark. And I do like where we're at. And I think it's a pretty simple trade, right? I mean, you're talking $9.20. You put it up at 893, which was support in the pre-market. There's your trade on shares, a very easy trade. This is also a very easy stock to do cash secured puts on, because if you think about the low and you take a look at some of the option chains with this, right? Take a look at some of the option chains on Lyft today. Oh, that's E-Trade Pro. Sorry.
You're good. By the way, you've got Win that's now testing VWAP. This could end up being a loser. We're still about 40 cents away from stopping out of this one. And AMD, come on, baby, let's go.
That's okay. Wins with all profits, so I'm good with it. We're up 11 G's this morning, so we're okay.
Here's Apple breaking to the upside here as well. Trying to break above that resistance that we pointed out from a couple of days ago.
And where are we with the Qs? They moving still?
The Qs are now down below 350s. So they're coming down a little bit. Couldn't sustain themselves above. AI. Oh, by the way, Carvana, another new high, 1550s now on Carvana.
Let's
We've been
go.
trading this one since 14 bucks today. The contracts that we purchased at 80 cents are now at 172. So that's a nice double there for us.
Nice job. So just kind of looking at something like Lyft, and I know that people are not the biggest proponents of long term in this world we call investing anymore, but just kind of thinking of it along a dynamic line. The $7.50 October cash secured puts, which would be your $7.50 puts for Lyft, are trading at 69 by 72. So that's $69 for every $750 you're putting out. That's just under 10%. Under what the capital requirement is for those puts. I do like that. I am going to take a few of these right now. So I do want to start building a position in the rideshare. That is one area that I have somewhat stayed away from. But I
Lyft,
do,
right?
yeah, Lyft. So I'm going to go ahead and buy 3 October 23 monthlies at the $7.50 strike for 69 cents or better. I'm going to sell those. And we are filled at 69 cents.
All right, give me 1 second here. I'm just trying to figure out my trade in. He just left. I was just trying to figure out something in AMD, as that one is above resistance of that 119.15, and that's moving up. Unfortunately, Win is not, as that one's
Win's
looking
like it's hitting some tough resistance here, right? So we had some support back yesterday around 96.58. That's we would like to see a bounce here if we do it. Now, look, you can get very conservative with it and say, well, let me cut it before it gets to my stop, or, let me make a decision. I'm going to wait to see if we get an alert a little higher from this support from yesterday, 96.58. If we do, then I'll stay in the trade. If not, losing 20, 30 bucks a contract's not going to make me cry.
420 is what's approaching here on the SPY. We'll see if we can get above that. AMD moving nice and high. We're about 70 cents away, 50 cents away from taking gains on that one. I am going to go ahead and move my stop loss up to break even. That way, at least won't go red on the trade. Yeah, but we're looking to get at least about 119.98. But I am tempted to take some off here as pre-market highs is being approached here.
Yeah, so I do like where we're at. We are somewhat poking our head above those pre-market highs, right? So we are that 119.18, which is where we put resistance. I placed resistance. That was our target. We took that target out tremendously. Really great trade, by the way. I did not get into it in time, but you called that one right out the money there as I came on the show. It's funny because we were down 20 cents when I came on the show. Now we're up $1.33. So really, really strong move. Nice trade, Z.
Appreciate you.
Let's see. Yeah,
let's see if we can get filled at that 120 area.
Yeah, we're coming above it, right? So it's so there's I don't measure the wick. I don't know if you guys do. I keep the wick out of it. But
so you just measure the body here? I'll go ahead.
Yeah, I just measure the body up top here. And look at that 119.75. There we go. New highs a day. New high a day. 119.78.
Let's go. We've got about another 20 cents to go so we can capture our gains. About 12 cents. Come on. You know what? I might just close it out here. I'm not going to go ahead and wait for another 13 bucks or so. We went ahead and got filled. What's your execution? At 86 cents. So 119.86. We are out on AMD. The only trade that's currently not working out for us at the moment is this win trade, which I'm a little bit surprised by. I did expect a little bit more of a pop. We were in the money by about 20, 30 cents, but I was expecting a lot more of a pop. But I guess that's what I get for trading a stock that's relatively weak, even though there's $1 million behind it. And for the folks at home, you can go ahead and check out the open interest in your broker for that win ticker. Again, those were the $100 calls. Maybe it's because they're still, about 45 days out because they expire on the 21st of July, which is why I may not have seen that big of a movement, but nonetheless, that's what we've got going on.
Here's the one thing that I want to caution the listeners to is that we did take July options on this, right? So when I go into a trade and I'm taking a longer expiration date, I'm okay with putting that money up to lose. So as I said, I will DCA at least once to see if we get that pull back into a bullish, into some bullish momentum. It is showing relative weakness in an up market right now. So there are a couple of X's against this trade. This was our outlier today, right? This is the trade that it's kind of throwing a dart against the board, hoping to maybe coattail some flow, some option flow into it.
Yeah.
But again, that's never, to me, that's never a reason to only go ahead and purchase that a position. I like it because we've been making money off Win all over the last month. It's been moving nicely. It's been selling off recently, but we did have a nice move up there to the 115, 120 mark. I'm sorry, 115, 113 mark, down from the 104 over from March. So we were buying this for quite some time, and it was making some really good movement. This is a key level for them. And they did kind of lose that 97.84 support. We would like to see it close back in that direction, which obviously would put us in the green, but that's where I'd like to see it come to keep in the trade. If we lose the bottom part of this support at 93.85, and I don't take a DCA, I'll be out at the 59.20. I'm sorry, the 95.20 that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Palantir as it's approaching $15, right? You can see on my chart, we've got such great resistance for the past few days here. This is a 30-minute chart, but that $15, having a tough time getting over it. How would you trade Palantir, if at all, or are you going to kind of avoid it?
So I think their rabbit out of the hat moment has kind of taken place. I think that we're heading to resistance now. I've been in Palantir for a very, very long time. I've had it. My average cost on it now is $7, but I'm wheeling Palantir. I like to wheel these type of stocks, the stocks that are kind of still proving themselves, right? The feeling amongst Wall Street executives and amongst traders is that this is going to be a must-have in portfolios, right? So I do have a few thousand shares of Palantir, but I wheeled it. When it was back up in this area, I was wheeling it around $15, $16 a share, and I was getting crushed on the position. So I had to keep rolling those puts, those cash secured puts, down and down and down and down. And then we had this earnings call, which obviously sent us up almost 60%, and boom, right? I mean, I'm back even green on that trade. I made about $5,000 off that, all said and done. So I walked away with about $2,000 profit if I take the losses and gains on Palantir, but I'm still holding the shares because my cost base is 50% lower than where it is here. So I'm really happy with it, but I would avoid it now as an ad just to see if we can get above this resistance. This is a big point for it. If we can break above this $14.99, call it $15. If we can get a strong $15 on this, I would say that you could then maybe consider buying Palantir again.
All right, well, we'll see. The 15-minute candle did just go ahead and close. It has not broken 15 to the upside. We'll see if it's able to. By the way, on my win, I'm going to go ahead and take an L on this one. At about 2 cents or so, if it goes ahead and breaches 96.29 to the downside. Here's the reason I took the trade, right? It was around VWAP, and you had the options coming in as well. But clearly, as the market went to the upside, Win did not participate. So that's the reason I'm going to go ahead and take an L on my trade there. Here's $15 now being tested on Carvana. I'd be interested if this holds on as support and bounces right back to the 1550s, or if we go ahead and break it and come towards the 1450s or not. Currently, you got a 7-cent bounce, which is nothing to write home about, but that's the theory, right? Having support turn into resistance, having resistance turn into support itself. And we'll see as we get saved. Look at that. I was so close to getting stopped out. What's up?
I'm going to stay with it. I'm going to stay with it here. I see that we do have some selling pressure, and yes, the Bulls and Bears are fighting with this one, but I'm going to stay with it just for a second. I'm going to keep this trend line in mind here, right? This is kind of where we want to see. If we breach this trend line, I'm going to keep that stop. The first consideration will be at lower VWAP. The second consideration will be at 95.20. And if we do get to 95.20, I'll cut the trade. But that's not too much off of our options. I don't mind losing $80-90. I think that it's still salvageable. And like you had mentioned at the onset of the trade, I can turn this into a credit spread, or I can turn this into a different type of trade. it's not going against us enough for me to really worry about it at this point.
I got you. So on my equity, though, I definitely will go ahead and get stopped out at 96.29, but you're going to hold on to it.
I'm going to hold it
for a little bit longer on the option side as well.
Yep.
We'll wrap up here in a few minutes, but anything else you're kind of looking at in terms of maybe swinging anything, especially if the price is still around where, you know, you entered? That way our folks aren't looking at something a little bit too different. But anything you're swinging, anything you're hawking for later on today, anything at all, the floor is yours, man.
Right. So I'm going to still keep an eye on Carvana, looking for maybe a potential profit share pullback. No, I'm not going to make any of these trades with anything but profits. I'm not going to take risk on these trades. These are going to be risk-free trades. It's going to be money that I'm going to get back. I'm going to look at AMD here. I really do like where AMD, how it's behaving. It's still trying to get capture a new high a day here. It's another big green candle coming in on the 5-minute. And I do also like, I don't know if you're guys look at commodities or anything like that, but I do also like a little bit short on oil right now, and I am long on ES on the commodity side. So I am going to potentially continue with some of my calls on ES and SPX here. And ride it out. As far as CrowdStrike, I am going to stay within CrowdStrike here. I'm going to keep my cash secured puts open. I did take an additional cash secured put at 135 this morning. I did take one at the open, and I am in calls still. I will probably stick with the calls on CrowdStrike overnight. So we do like where we're at with that. We're seeing a really, real nice return to grace here. We want to see it back above 160 and continue making highs.
All right. By the way, go ahead and find your Twitter link, and you can drop it in the chat so folks know where to find you, as well as Carvana went ahead and has a bounce from that $15 area that we talked about, now up about 13 cents. Again, the only way that I would say, hey, this was a worthy bounce is if we can get at least to 25 cents. And then the second target would be 15.50s itself. Still early in the day. Yeah, I mean, look, we've got a whole afternoon of trading left in this one. But yeah, go ahead and drop your Twitter in the chat. You can post a comment on the bottom right-hand side so folks know where to find you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can go ahead and wrap up the show.
Sounds good to me.
Let's see what we've got here. I'm seeing if there's anything else. Hey, where's AMD at? Did it break 120s yet? No, it is not. So AMD 120, obviously a resistant point as well. We'll see if it wants to come down and test the 119s, the 119.15s or so. And Netflix just kind of hanging out around this $2 range between 402 and 398. Hasn't quite done anything in the past hour or so besides that consolidation between these two spots. There we go. First target, quote unquote, would have been met on 15.25s. Now we see if we can move towards 15.50. Still have that one contract left. Currently trading at about 146 on the bid. Ooh, UCAR found a little bit of support here. If anyone in the chat's still trading UCAR, you've got support here at 760. Oh, I got you. Put it there. Okay, I see. I got you.
Did I not put it in the right place?
No, you're good. You're good. All right, y'all. That's where you can find my man Mark. And I know he's got a Discord there as well. So feel free to check out the Twitter, see if you like what you see. Mark, any final words before we hop off, man?
Yeah, man. Everybody have a blessed day. Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun. Let's do it again. I'll have you at my house next time.
Hey, sounds like a great plan to me. By the way, Wayne doesn't want to take my money just yet as it's trying to balance. And hopefully if it reclaims VWAP, it'd be great.
Well, you know what? Listen, we don't miss too often. So, you got to get one every now and then. And this one's your fault. So I'm going to blame you.
This one is my fault. This is correct.
Yeah.
This is correct. Right, but I hope I kind of even the score with the AMD trade, even though you didn't take it, but still.
No. You're good. You're good, man. Listen, like I said, I made my money in the morning. You got to have me pre-market because that's where all my action really happens. So,
so you enjoy trading pre-market versus intraday?
Listen, I love them all. It's just, to me, what I've noticed over the last few months is that so much of the activity is happening in the pre-market. And then when you get to market, you're just chopping, right? It's just kind of like blah, blah, blah. We've had some trend days over the last couple of weeks. The NASDAQ over this month has done really well. So it's been a little bit more fun trading intraday. But, you know, in 2021, 2022, trading intraday sucked. So it was, you know, pardon my language, it just, to me, it was a little easier to make money in the pre-markets. Plus, I like the trader lifestyle. I like not having to work in the day if I don't have to, right? That's part of the allure of doing the opens and the pre-market. And that's where a lot of the volatility comes in that people don't really realize, right? So if you had gotten up a little early this morning, traded some CrowdStrike, you could have caught that at the bottom at 141. Now it's back up to 155. That's a $14 move. That's money that you're leaving on the table when you're sleeping. So I think that a lot gets missed in the pre-market, and the early part and the later parts of the session are really good time to trade too.
Yeah, my biggest thing is with pre-market and after hours is that you can't have a stop loss, right?
Right.
That's my biggest right. Because especially like if we're playing earnings or whatever, it's just so fickle. But yeah, if you're playing something where the catalyst is already out and you share and you size your shares accordingly, it can work out. But looks like the chat enjoyed having you on, man. Walter giving you some love along with my man Crow as well. Appreciate you joining us. We'll definitely do this. We'll schedule it at your place, and like you said, and then we'll have you back on at a later time as well. Appreciate you, man.
Awesome, guys. Thanks, Z. Take care.
All right, take care, and we'll talk here in Discord in a minute. But appreciate all of you for hanging out with us. And again, if you want to join Moomoo, go ahead and scan that QR code on the top right. We appreciate you for hanging out. Live trading will be back tomorrow with Mitch and Ryan, and we appreciate you for joining us.